Like, cut it up.
I want you and that young man to tie that knot. I'm gonna pray for you. And I want you to hold on to God's unchanging hand, because he helped Joshua fight the battle of Jericho. Yeah.
It's the old
He helped Daniel get out the lion's den. He helped Gilligan get off the island.
Let me get straight to the business. Yeah. Got them lions in the building. Yeah. Why you lying to the children? Yeah. Why you lying to the children? Yeah. RIGHTEOUS. Man, you know I've been to bed. Man, they know they no contest. Yahuwah, he do the bled. We will not see you tomorrow. Cause you cannot go to daughter. All the sons and all the daughters. Standing hard with big manotas. But my son, he made me Taurus. On that line, I'm still a Taurus. Karate kicking Chuck Norris, 4-5 on my waist. If he started, will not hesitate to get retarded. Oh lordy, he ain't got a PowerPoint, he farted. He's running to the hills like a Philistine. Jihad hitting Hamites with the guillotine. Situation turned up with the Ratchet team. JJ 7000 to the debate league. Yeah, I know them haters gon' hate me, but he won't debate me. Pistol off safety. He respond, come wake me. If I don't get up, nigga shake me. If he don't show up, then he fake G. I touch down and make these nigga nuts hate me. Dear brother. Ballin' and crawling all the way from H-Time. Let me get straight to the business. Man, them lions in the building. Why you lying to them children? Why you lying to them children? You gon' cry, you gon' get it. Me, I'm like a frog, nigga, ribbit. Of course, it's in the spirit. I just got the Porsche, she can steer it. Michael got the raw, Shaq and Willie. Lamborghini doors, you better not spill it. Mama's high, say I'm more than just a villain. Mama's cry, arms open wide for her children. Suicide, immortalized as the realest, yeah. Death by cut, black suicide. Let me get straight to the business. Got them lions in the building. Why you lying to them children? Yeah. Why you lying to them children? RIGHTEOUS. Man, you know I've been there. Man, they know they no contest. Yahuwah, he do the bled. Wow, what's that? Why didn't take it over? Number one debate league, you heard me? When it's up, it's stuck. I'm stepping on everything, nigga. Metaphorically, of course.
Lions is in the building. Are you lying to them children? That's why we here. Catching you lying to the kids, we coming for you. That's right. Welcome to the Lions Den. I see you Babylon Dunn in the building. Jump on the panel, man, if you want. This is a very important topic that the community need to hear about. You see what I'm saying? Can human beings communicate with the supernatural? That's what's going on today at the Lions Den Academy of Education and Information. That's right. But guess what, man? We got a runner in the building, god dang it. We got, hey, if he don't show up, then he fake G. I touch down, make these nigga nuts hate me. You see what I'm saying? These dudes yipping and yapping and running their mouth, and then when it's time to get in the goddamn ring, they skipping and scampering. You see what I'm saying? Kansu got them all running over there. I see it now, Kansu. I see it now. I know what's going on. They're scared of your light skinnedness. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey, that's okay though. That's okay, man. Hey, they scared to get beat by a light-skinned guy. That's what it is. You can get beat by light-skinned, dark-skinned. It don't matter. If you ain't got no good information, you just ain't. But we supposed to have the brother Soldier Kane in the building, man. He's one of the representatives of the Amon Ra squad. You know, the pseudo killers on deck. You know, them type of guys. They known for running. I'm sorry, the track record speak for itself. But before we get into all this meat and potatoes, we got to go ahead and introduce the queen of the building, and then we finna get it in. Go ahead, Karima.
Shalom, please hit the like. You like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't done so already.
All right, man. We got True DOA in the goddamn building. One of our judges, you know, for some of the debates that we have in the Lions Den. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he got a little thing going on too. But we, you know, if you want to touch on that a little bit, introduce. Hey, who running from you? You said somebody running from you too. Who was that guy? Go ahead.
No, that Tina Turner ass, Cherry Whitfield, gargoyle ass.
Oh man, Mr. Gargoyle. But go ahead, man. We gonna have to let you come on and you know, explain why he running. But you know, that's for another show we got going. You hear what I'm saying? Go ahead, tell everybody where they can find you, you know, and all that type of stuff.
DOA Hit Squad, Guardians of the Torah, you know, No Holds Bars, Bible memes, you know, a couple of spots. But you know, I'm back. I'm on the Lions Den. What's up, Karima? Missed you.
All right, man. Appreciate you coming back, man. You know what I'm saying? Now we're finna get to the brother Kansu, Gagamila, bro. You're going to have to shorten this name up and teach me how to. But anyway, it's the real Nuwapian. That's what I'm used to call him. I'm talking about brother Kansu.
I'm still the real Nuwapian. I'm still the real Nuwapian. I'm still the real nigga Wapian, the half nigga Wapian. And all of the above. I'm still Ifak Bamila.
There you go, Ifak Bamila. Let me write them
you know, I'm the real Ifak Bamila. Kayel's the fake Ifak.
Oh Lord, speaking of Kyle, have you seen that boy? What happened to that boy?
Gonna run for it, run. They've been running from Brother Consul. I don't know what's going on here.
Come on, bro.
I don't know what's been going on. I can't. I've been saying I'm retiring from the debate league, but I just want one last good debate. I can't even get that. I don't get it.
Right. Let me see. E5 Bama Live. Got it.
All right.
E5 Bama Live. I can read it, goddamn it.
All right.
I got you now. Yes. Yeah, it's a brother Kansu E5 by. Wait. Let me do it over. Yeah, we got brother Kansu E5 by Namala. Oh man, we got to work on this. Hey, cut behind the scenes. Hey, Lions Den bloopers. All right, so let's get back to it, man. The topic is good, but the information convo pseudo. Oh man, we got somebody in the audience already.
Well, let me say this real quick first, JJ. Y'all can reach me and we was playing. I was already live streaming from Chrome TV with Brother Chrome.
Oh, it's Chrome watching. I want to welcome to Chrome.
Yeah, he watching right now. I was already live streaming from. I had already started in hopes that the brother would Soldier K9 would come on for the debate preliminary, and he never did. So I had to end that, and then now we're gonna come here and set the record straight. So what I'm just gonna. So this is the second. So you had Kyle who ran from the first debate. Are modern West Africans related to ancient Egyptian? Now you have Soldier K9, who's supposedly with around the same clique or whatever, and he is running from the debate about can human beings communicate with supernatural spirits. And that'd be a good one too. Can human beings communicate with extraterrestrials? But anyway. So that's the thing. People are saying Consu is pseudo. One of the plus beats, he always called me Consudo. I'm like, well, come on.
That's a good one. I like that. Let me write that down just in case I get mad at you.
Pseudo.
Yeah, buddy. No,
and I'm like, listen, I'm against the pseudos because I be banging on the pseudo. But the problem is people will speak crap, talk crap, but they won't come and see me in the ring.
That's right.
That's all I'm saying. If I am pseudo, come on, bring the information.
Barry running.
Oh, Lord.
Ngozi running. I just seen you challenge all of them.
Yes.
Running.
Garfield. Live on Side. You the first one. You the first one that brought me on Side TV. And I tell people all that all the time. Jeremiah Judah, JJ said, brother JJ 7000. He the one that put me on the map.
And they were scared.
And, you know what I'm saying? If people don't want to give you your props and get alliance, then they props and respect. A lot of people come on this platform and get more publicity and more shine and more than they ever have before because of the work and due diligence that you done. And Sister Karima, and that y'all done over time, and people need to recognize that. You know what I'm saying? Lions Den in the building, and we still here. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. Even though I'm retired from debate, I'm still gonna tune in. I'll be the judge.
So this your retirement party. You might okay. So we're gonna find you a seasoned debater.
That's it.
Babylon Don, he don't believe. I don't think he believes humans can communicate with the Superman.
Babylon Dunn, that's my brother. We on the same team. Well, we can't debate.
Oh, okay. See, brother.
He in the Wappy. He in the Wappy.
Okay, yeah, okay. Y'all together.
Yeah, that's my brother.
Shout out to Sister Iron Man. I see you, Blizzak and Zion Facts. Sister Zion Facts. That's sister. All right, Blizzak in the building. Yeah, man. We was expecting a barn burner. You know, let me call this guy live, man.
And I'm gonna share my screen real quick. Real quick.
Come on, man. We ain't doing that. Now he hiding behind the phone. Some goddamn word. Look. Hold up. I called Kyle too. He peeking in, acting like he don't hear the. Yeah, hold up.
Kyle ain't got no more excuses by this point.
No more.
His excuses have run out. That's it.
You talking about the job?
You only get a certain amount of excuses. 1 to 2. After that, it's over. Strikes, your ass is out.
Hold up, man. Let's call this guy, man. What the hell going on? What about Mudawa? How about Mudawa?
I don't, man, brother. Well, Mudawa been running for me since the Cleopatra debate. That was over 2 years ago. The Cleopatra debate we never had. Made the fly, promoted it. It's the same shit. Making flies. This is the thing, y'all. We taking times out of our lives to promote stuff and do stuff, and y'all niggas is running.
Making fly. Look how many times I call Soldier. Can you get the camera on the big screen so that everybody can see that? I've been calling him. Look at that. You ain't got to get a criminal. Look. All right, now watch this. I'm calling him, y'all. So he supposed to be a soldier. You know what time he supposed to be?
Canine.
Look.
How you a human canine anyway?
Look. Tell him I ain't here. That's what he told folks at the house with him. He ought to be ashamed of himself. This is a prime example of the other side. These guys, man, they run their mouth, then they beat their feet. Running fast down the street. You hear me? This is what they do. Look at him. He talking about he's a soldier. Yeah, man. Consider you done did it again. You run these guys ragged. You know. Hey, look. We can go back to the earlier. Look. Hold up. Let me see the back chat. Hold up.
Yeah, man. I don't know what's going on.
Let me
and I'm trying to get a guy a chance, even though he ain't really even known in the conscious community. I said, I'm gonna make him.
Don't talk too fast now, god dang it. The soldier. Hey, hold up. Let's see. What's going on, man?
Here, soldier.
Hey, we were just about to do a monologue on you.
Sorry, I missed your call,
Yeah. Hey, we waiting for you. Hey, we about to do a monologue on you. Yeah, pseudo. Hey, say it when you jump on. Pseudo kettlers on deck. Go ahead, say it real quick. All right,
man, get your ass on, boy. Hurry up.
You talking about sending them a link, brother? I sent you the link 10 times already. Look in your messenger. You don't see the link? Okay. Boy, I tell you guys slick. He wanted to see how much information you was gonna give up. Hey, Kyle, he wanted to see how much information you was gonna give up. That's what it was.
Yeah, that's right.
TV,
right.
You gotta watch guys like this. Guy. This soldier can't slick. All right,
it's a tactic. It's an Aunt West tactic.
It's a tactic. Oh,
Aunt West tactic.
I was just gonna say that he did that. Wow. We learned that. There you go, man.
Facts.
There you go. That's an uncle. The dude came to me and his demonstration 45 minutes later. They had to come get him. Hey, man, you better get in here. JJ on tearing your neck off. Then he want to come in and be friends. Then I said, all right, man. I done beat you up for 45. Your information up for 45 minutes. I guess I can shake your hand. You know, I was ready for war. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, I see Elder Yara in the building. Indigenous black man, kind of good. Let the people come on, slide on in here. He talking about sending him the link. So like I say, ladies and gentlemen, hey, True DOA, what you think so far, man? You know, what you think about some of these guys in the community? You know, well, hey, some personalities, ain't it?
Personalities.
I like that. Welcome.
Yeah, I like. I like that. When I saw last night, you had a video up there. Mask bandit.
I don't think he ever.
What the hell is that? Q talking about. He was that Q talking about. You ready to debate me? Q, boy, you got. Come on. Hit the fucking link.
That might be an atheist that you can deal with too. Then we got.
Man, I will smash him. Q been running for me for 2 years too.
Hold up, man. They got this team member peeking in the audience, Brendan Sims. See, they all run together. Yeah. But yeah, hey, DOA, that was an ass whooping that dude took, man. God.
Cedric is running. Up West, Garfield, Reed, all of them running.
I'm talking about a new council.
They running for me.
Hey, council, I'm sorry, man.
You got me on sign that at one time. Even Tazariak. Remember, me and Tazariak was supposed to debate.
All right, go ahead, talk about your runners, man. Go ahead. Yep. You're right. You see, great
real,
win. Yara said, great win, Jay. Man, Yara, I put it on the. I didn't know I beat him up that bad. I feel sorry for the fella. You know.
Who that? A new cat? Correct cat?
Oh,
Kit Kat, correct?
No, let me see this guy. Now he trying to act like he don't know how to push the button for the stream. Y'all talking about how you do it. Look at what is this?
You don't know how to work it, man. He old.
Shit, is he?
But it's all right. We're gonna make him famous tonight. And when we said if he debate, I'm gonna make him famous.
Yeah, man.
He gonna be the most known unknown Amin Ra Squad Uncle West Nut Rider.
Be nice. Be nice. But yeah, man, at the Lions Den, man, this is what we trying to do. We trying to bring people from all, excuse me, y'all, from all walks of life together. You know, we come in, get in this ring, and we discuss it. And if we go far enough, we can set up a debate, and we make it entertaining for the people out there that's watching in the viewing audience. You see what I'm saying? Everybody hit that like, share, and subscribe real quick. Share it to your social media outlets, your Facebook, your Tubi, and all them other connections. Shout out to Crumb TV. We live screen. Oh, it's about to go down, man. It's about to go down. Hey, say it real quick, Cedric. Who on deck?
Pseudo killer officials on
deck. Pseudo killers on deck, man. It's
Cam up. Cam up.
Going down.
Give me a sec. I'm right here.
Yeah, put your shirt on, man. Put your 40 out.
Yeah. Put my shirt on. You know what I'm doing.
I already know. Yeah, you at the crib chilling. Yeah, man.
I'm at the crib chilling. We in the Caribbean.
Hey, you say you from the Netherlands, or that was a mistake? On your
Nah, I'm from the Dutch Caribbean, so I'm Dutch by nationality. Okay. I studied in Europe. But I'm from the Caribbean. I live in the Caribbean.
Gotcha. I didn't know you was from. Okay, see? Hey, you never know where people from.
Hey, island boy.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't hear you.
I said I'm an island boy.
Island boy. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
You ever talk to indigenous black man? He peeking around. Excuse me. He peeking around.
Yeah. I know indigenous black man.
All right.
Well, I seen him in the chat.
So Cedric, you see when he came to me and said, JJ, can you find me somebody that want to deal with this topic? You were the first person that came to mind. Now tell the audience why you think JJ picked you for this. Go ahead, family. You got the floor.
Because you know I'm a pseudo killer official. You know I'm a real black atheist. And I stand on methodological naturalism. And my motto is all spookism is spookism.
Brother Counsel, I hope you know what you're getting yourself into. This guy is he's seasoned. You see what I'm saying? He be lurking in the
guy ain't seasoned. Let me tell you why he ain't seasoned.
Hold up. You might not have seen him on camera a lot, but hey, he'll get you. He creep up on you. So let's go ahead and get into the meat and potatoes of this. Once he put on his shirt, you know what I'm saying? Once he put on his shirt, hey, you might be in some trouble. Now, I'm just letting you know. But yeah, shout out to Outside the Cube. I see you, man. Hey, brother, who was that? Them guys over there say over there on Q Butter channel said that we are monkeys. No, apes. You say we monkeys. So we're gonna have to figure this out, man. Y'all confusing the community with this. Either you're ape. I mean, for those who believe in this type of matter of fact, Soldier Kane, are we apes or monkeys? Now, Cube, listening, you better be careful what you say.
We are still apes.
Cube didn't involve.
We are great apes.
Cube didn't involve. They say we come from some old. He said we old world apes. What's up? What's up, former champion Aaron Yahoo Dean in the building, picking around. He got a debate coming up Saturday, man, with another brother, Yimmy Yahoo. I'm telling you, it's going down, brother. These two brothers. I seen the preliminary. Are we required today? Is blood required today for atonement of sins? Now, I don't know who got tricked. I don't know who was being slick with the title. Somebody in some goddamn trouble. That's all I gotta say. Well, a seasoned debate. Let me just be quiet with it. See, the important thing about there goes Soldier Kane. All he wanted to be was a soldier. Yeah, buddy. What I'm saying, man, in a debate, see, I'm a debate coach now since I retired. You see, and the title is very important when you choose a debate. Now, I ain't gonna say who messed up on this. I'm gonna stay out the way. I'm gonna say indigenous. Hey, Cedric. Now you be careful because you got some indigenous black man. He said pseudo killers monkey minded. I don't know, but anyway, let's get to the topic, man. Y'all probably heard enough from me. I'm ready for these two guys. They're trying to set up a debate. So
yes, sir. Let's get it.
Hey, like I told you, I knew the call for this one. I knew he was running for the smoke. So let's get it, man. Everybody want to start with a little premise, or y'all go back and forth and introduce yourselves. And hey, let's have some fun and be respectful. Don't over talk.
You saw what Canelo did to Charlo last night, right? And I'm the one with a Latin name around here.
There you go. Let's get it in.
Peace, family. Well, since you're the affirmative, state your claim and your position, because any claim that you can't substantiate remains just a claim, and extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. So my brother claims that he can have conversations with the supernatural.
All right.
How can you have a conversation with something that is above and outside of nature?
Don't get them started.
Nature as we know it. Nature as we know it.
Hold on.
Nature as we know it is time and space. Nature as we know it is time and space and everything therein. So anything supernatural will have to be outside of the confinements of space and time, which is nature, which is reality. So in all effect, my brother is stating that he can communicate with something that exists outside of reality. And to date, ladies and gentlemen, nothing that we experience is outside of the realms of reality. Therefore, all interactions that we have, whether we can explain them or not, lie within the realm of reality. And therefore, no communication possible with a supernatural that doesn't exist. My brother, the floor is all yours.
I told you, Chazu. I told you be using the big words and stuff, man. You better be careful. But go ahead, man. Let me see what you're working with over here, man.
All right. I knew that it was gonna come down to this topic. First of all, let me say this. This is your brother.
Okay.
To the people. Put me on the big screen.
Oh,
Somebody put me on the big screen.
Put him on the big screen. Let everybody see his face.
Right.
That's right. Put me on the big screen.
Somebody step away, man. I don't know. We'll get you on the big screen.
Put me on the big screen.
Got to take care of the family and all that. Okay, yeah.
Put me and SU on the big screen. Anyway, this is your brother Kansu, Ifa Bami Lare, which means Ifa has rescued me. And I definitely give the brother 2 thumbs up, and I applaud the brother for stepping up to the plate. All of his predecessors, his so-called co-workers, Aunt West, Garfield Reed, all these people who run for me. I wrote a book. We wrote a book, the Dr. Your Biography. We put them in the book. We have exposed them on Sonetta TV. We've challenged them. They have not stepped up to the plate yet. So Kyle was supposed to be the shining star for the Dagger Squad. Right. That's who, but he ran. Then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give somebody a chance. Somebody that's not really known as me. I'm gonna give him a chance and make him and help make him famous. Because I'm not gonna retire from the debate league. Anyway, I'm still gonna be here to support, to out-judge, out-tune in, but I'm not debating after this. Yeah, so the brother is really getting a big experience and getting a lot of exposure from this.
There you go.
We may have to make this a pay-per-view too. We'll talk about it. This is just the prelim. But the brother is getting a good opportunity from this because this is Brother Kansu's final debate. And when I tell you, I'm going to demolish everything that these so-called black atheists, fake black atheists, fake Egyptian atheists. There's no such thing as an ancient Egyptian atheist. Aunt West calls himself Aunt, which means eternal life, yet he doesn't believe in life after death, which is a contradiction. There's no such thing as an African atheist, no such thing as a black atheist, no such thing as an atheism anyway. It's all a hoax. So it's all going to it's going to boil down into, does the spirit...
You don't have any evidence for your God. Eh?
Hold on. It's going to boil down into, does the supernatural realm even exist anyway? That's what it's going to boil down to. Then we'll have to go from there and build up into, can you communicate with the supernatural? You see what I'm saying? Because we're dealing with a person that don't even believe in or don't even accept the existence of a spiritual realm. So that's the first point. And I knew it was going to get to this. So that's the first point I'm going to tackle.
Before y'all get back into you, let me go ahead and introduce another brothers, because you got the atheists coming up out the woodwork now. You see, you got
that's right. We want to bring all the black atheists out.
Look, outside the Cube in the building. Go ahead, Cube. Tell them where they can find you and all that good stuff real quick. Then we're gonna get back to the meat and potatoes. Go ahead, man.
Yeah. Peace, man. Shouts out to all the brothers, on the panel. I just wanted to, just dip my toe back into the debate scene because it's been a minute. I enjoy rice, peas, spinach with a little bit of kansu as the main dish. So I'm cooking kansu for dinner, and I'm sure if this is your last debate, I gotta say, bruh, how can you retire without ever taking a punch? So Cedric is prepared to knock you the fuck out, nigga. And if he don't knock you out, guess what? I'll be the cleanup man to finish the job.
I told you,
so yeah.
So you see, let's get back to the discussion.
Yeah.
These brothers talk so much. Talk such a good talk, but don't realize that when you step into the ring with the real black atheist that stands on methodological naturalism, your philosophical claims and your conjecture won't stand any ground. So you already put yourself at the back of the class, because you have to walk all the way forward with something we call evidence. So once you cannot present me with any factual evidence, no way to substantiate your how do we call that?
How do you know that? Why are you
arbitrary
that I don't have
your arbitrary claim of a supernatural? You are going to have to present me with evidence, factual, tangible evidence. And you see, the fact that you're talking about, again, the supernatural, which by its definition means it's not real, because reality deals with reality is everything contained within space-time. The concept of supernatural is outside of space-time. And my brother Kansu, you're going to have a hell of a time presenting us with evidence. Mind you, to communicate with something that is a conceptual idea, you're going to have to present me with not conceptual philosophical discussions. We're not doing that because we could go there too. You're going to have to present a real black atheist with something called evidence. And you ain't got none.
I thought that was
all that blah blah, all that diarrhea of the mouth, all that diarrhea of the mouth ain't gonna help you when you step in the ring, my brother. Because I know what I stand on.
Yeah, man, y'all done got this guy stirred up. That's Council.
I thought that was Unc name, the real black atheist.
Okay, but go. That's the click. That's the click. That's the.
But no.
You're dealing. Look at the name on the screen. Look at the name on the screen. Learn that name on the screen. Because when I came in here 10 toes down my own man. You call everybody else's name except to deal with what I presented you with. That's already telling me. That's already telling me you running for the hills. I done got you running for the hills. You call every other nigga name except the nigga in front of you. That tells me you don't want no smoke with what's in front of you. Because you know you can't handle it. The parameters already set. You already killed yourself. Real black atheists up in this scientifically literate niggas. No clown in here. The ones with the degrees. A biochemical technologist. I'm in those books, nigga. You ain't got nowhere to run. So once you can't present me with evidence, because we deal with factual claims around here, you're gonna first have to show me a phenomena, and then you're gonna have to explain the phenomena with means of evidence. And as long as you can't do that, all that diarrhea of the mouth ain't gonna help you. All that slick jibber jabber ain't gonna help you. Because the right hook and the left jab is too slick, nigga. Too slick.
Okay, so okay, hold up. Don't beat him up all too fast. He might not show up for the debate. Now go ahead, Kyle.
You know he ain't showing up. He already called every other nigga's name except the nigga in front of him. He ain't showing up to this debate. You know he ain't showing up, JJ.
That's a good point. Now, let me ask you this, Council. How come you ain't call this guy?
Because nobody knows who he is.
We know him,
JJ knew to call me though. JJ knew to call me, and Cube knows what time it is. So that means your head has been down a rabbit hole for way too long. That's why you don't know who Cedric is.
Let him get in for a minute or two. Let's see what he got. Go ahead, Kansu.
If I could just say this real quick, Kansu, shouts out to you, brother. And I know you saying like this is your going away debate and you're gonna go away to never come back, maybe to a dark room or something like that, and that's wonderful. I think this is where you should have been from the entirety of your lifespan. You've actually wasted your life clock calling yourself Kansu. You've destroyed your life by following a person like a pedophile, like Brother York. You destroyed.
All right, you have to get him off the panel now.
Let me finish.
Get Cube off the panel, or I'm gone right now.
Okay, come on,
go.
Cube off the panel, or I'm gone.
This is show. Come on, Cube.
Get Cube off the panel, or I'm gone.
Okay, come on, Cube. Get them off so they can set up the debate. Then we'll have an after show talk.
All right, I'm good.
All right, man. Yeah, y'all deal with that later.
If niggas finna kick me off, if niggas finna kick me off,
pussy.
If niggas finna kick me
off,
off,
get him off the panel, I'm gone. Bye, bitch.
I'll never come back.
Faggot ass bitch.
Sucker shit like that.
Yeah, I beat your ass, nigga. Pull up. Where you want to be?
Yeah.
All right, then. Get his bitch ass off the panel.
Okay, come on,
boy.
Man. Look. Pussy. You gotta learn not little shots like that.
You're nobody.
That's a tactic. See, I'm for real. That's a tactic. They know what's gonna get you mad by saying stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Roll off your
man, get this bitch off the panel, or I'm gone. I don't give a fuck about nothing.
Why you ain't going yet?
Nah, you can't do that.
Ain't going yet?
He's my guest.
Q, go ahead, get back, drop down, bro. Let them.
No. I want to see if he's really about that. If he's really gonna leave.
Get your fuck ass off the panel, fuck boy, and I see you,
bro.
Get off the panel. Thank you.
All right. Woo, man, I can't look. We're not doing that. That's old lines, man. We got a whole new different audience and crowd. Just watching.
Y'all better ask about me.
All right, come on, Kansu. Let's
ask about me.
All right, come on, Kansu.
Straight up.
As a
I'm at.
coach.
So I need to ask about you, but you don't know who I am. So
I
now,
ain't talking about you,
so
boy.
now,
Be quiet. Be
you're
quiet.
dealing with me. You're dealing with me. But everything is fair game, my brother. Everything is fair game. You're in the ring now. You're dealing with a pit bull. You gave me too much. You just gave me too much to chomp at your head with. But you know what? I'm not the chomp at your head type. I'ma just chop your head off type.
Okay, can
So
I
we
speak
need,
first, please?
we still need you. We still need you, my brother.
Okay, my brother.
To not come with any conceptual, no conceptual, and no philosophical notions of the supernatural. We deal with hardcore evidence over here because I'm a real black atheist. I stand on methodological naturalism. And you got a hell of an uphill battle, my brother, because all spookism is spookism.
All right, there we go.
All right, now.
Hold on. So stop the clock. Stop. Hold on. I gotta say something to Q. Sue said, bro, that's some sucker shit. I'm never coming back over here.
Man, fuck you.
Whoa. Let me handle, bro. Now what you doing right now? If you want to get you some content, bro, go ahead. But no, if this was your show, I wouldn't let nobody come on there and be disrespectful. If the man say you gotta go, you gotta get off the panel. Now you heard me say we can come back later and talk. But like I said, if you don't want to come back, hey brother, hey, see you later. All right, this is what it is. I ain't gonna lose no sleep. I like you as a brother, but I ain't gonna lose no sleep, bro. Now you just call me a sucker all that you want, bro. It's hard trying to maintain peace and a respectful platform. Bro, we want people to watch this for years to come. You see what I'm saying? Well, let's get it in. Who just joined on? Okay, Babylon Don, go ahead and introduce yourself real quick. Then we're gonna let these brothers get to it, man. Everybody else just chill. Go ahead, Babylon. Timing is everything.
Hey, peace, brother JJ. Peace, sister Karima Goddess. Hey, I ain't have nothing to say, JJ. You told me to come on the panel. I want to be on here. I heard the silliness that Cube said, with his stolen, plagiarized name for me outside the box. You know what I'm saying? So, nevertheless, I just want to say that, as far as what Cedric saying, I hope that my brother Kansu, I want to listen to this argument or whatever, but I hope that my brother Kansu consult with me on this subject, because I like the topic, but I want to see where he go with it. So I stop right there, JJ.
All right, well, Kansu got some bag up in there, I see. All right, let's go ahead and get it. Soldier K, y'all don't talk over. I don't want to get the clock out like 1 minute clock, but if y'all can go back and forth in a respectful way.
We good. Me and this brother is good. Me and this brother is real good.
Yeah, we good.
All right, let's go. Now I can step away for a second. True DOA can kind of monitor the situation while I go handle something real quick. And hey, let's keep it good. All right, love y'all.
I got you.
All right, so let me respond to what the brother said. Now, first of all, I can show this from the back chat. The initial topic was, can human beings communicate with God/spirit? Then we even opened it up to the term supernatural. It's not limited to, I don't even like the term super. I don't like any English terms. Let me say that. I don't really deal with English sciences. I don't deal with I ain't gonna say that. But this particular spiritual science that I'm into is ancient African science. It can be corroborated by modern Western science, but in essence, it's an ancient African science, which is based off mathematics, not spookism. So we're gonna crush that. This brother here, and this is my point. All of his predecessors and all of the people that he rolled with, I've been doing this for a long, and I may be younger than this brother, he may be older than me, but I guarantee I'm more seasoned. I guarantee I got more knowledge. I guarantee I got more facts. I guarantee I got more experience in this. For a fact.
Yeah, he well seasoned, right? He well seasoned.
Hold on. So let's start there. Now, number 2. I knew that it would boil down to whether the spiritual or supernatural, whatever you want to call it. I don't deal with those terms. Spiritual, or when we say spiritual, we would have to get into what is a spirit. we would have to get into, do you accept the fact that a spiritual realm exists or anything exists beyond the hydrogen atom? Why do we start with the hydrogen atom? Because the hydrogen atom is the lightest particle of existence, according to modern Western science.
Oh boy, you got one of these. Now, I'm gonna stop you right there. Hold on. Okay, go ahead. Go finish your tangent.
So the hydrogen atom, according to modern science, is the lightest form of matter, the lightest atom, the original atom, H1, hydrogen. We know that modern science now even have confirmed the existence of particles that are lighter than hydrogen 1 or that are smaller than hydrogen 1. This is when you get into the realm of quantum physics. Quantum physics is the scientific explanation for what certain indigenous people call the spiritual realm.
Stop right there. I'm gonna stop you. I'm gonna stop. No. Now I'm gonna stop. Yeah, we having a discussion. I'm not letting you go. I'm not letting you go. 90 miles an hour left field. Right? So everybody's already seeing what this brother is doing. We understand the natural world. We understand the natural world, and quantum physics lies within the realm of the natural world.
Hey, you might have to pull out the clock, JJ.
This young man doesn't understand that he's dealing with a real black atheist, and we are not going to ever acquiesce to faulty premise.
I'm gonna get the clock out.
Yeah, get the clock out.
Second of all, he doesn't realize that he's dealing with someone that's actually.
Bro, can y'all
stop?
What the hell going on?
Oh, sorry. Didn't hear you, JJ.
I'm gonna start a clock for y'all. All right, 2 minutes apiece. Now, go ahead, Soldier Kane. You can start in 5 seconds. It'll be 42 on. Yeah, if you look at the live, where it's okay. Go. You got 2 minutes. Go ahead.
Me? Oh, okay. Yeah, so realize what the brother is doing. He needs to be discussing his evidence and his substantiation of the supernatural. And we already understand what's the supernatural. All that lies outside of the realm of reality. Everything outside of space-time. Now, the brother already understands that he cannot explain or have a discussion about anything that lies outside of space-time. Everything that he is discussing, even quantum physics, quantum entanglement, all the spring and knot theories that they exist. Now we can get into that, but that's not necessary. My brother still needs to substantiate the supernatural. Everything he is discussing is within the natural realm. That's his first mistake, having a discussion with the pseudo killer. Number two, this African science, there's no such thing. There's science. And we understand how science works. So now spiritual practices that are done in the Western Africa are still spiritual engagement exercises. And again, those are attempts to interact with the supernatural. And we know that these are conceptual ideas for which we have no evidence. This is all a matter of your belief, and belief is always only required in the absence of knowledge. So my good brother, we still at the point that you would have to identify the supernatural and don't have any discussion about the natural world.
All right.
I yield the floor.
Okay, thank you. All right, Brother Kansu, turn your camera on. You little rabbit.
Man.
Go ahead, turn your camera on, family.
Not interrupt me again.
You got 2 minutes.
Listen to me closely,
2 minutes
Cedric.
starts now. Go ahead.
All right, listen to me closely, Cedric. Don't fucking interrupt me again when I'm talking. Straight up.
Man, keep it respectful.
I'll fucking interrupt you anytime you come with any bullshit. You're talking with a grown ass man. So anytime you come with any bullshit, I'm gonna interrupt your ass and put you right back where you need to be. So you shut the fuck up. Don't start by talking no bullshit to me. I need you to explain me the supernatural. All that other stuff, my skin is too thick. I bathe with duck fat. So Hector. Supernatural. There we go.
All right, go.
Supernatural.
All right.
Shut up.
That's all the people want to hear from you.
See, this is why I'm an Israelite. Y'all see why? Because these outside the Bible guys, they don't have no goddamn discipline. They don't believe in.
Shut your mouth and control yourself,
bro, for real. Man, this shit.
Don't interrupt me again. That's all I'm saying. Don't interrupt me. I didn't interrupt him.
I'm talking, bro, not him.
All right, let me go. Let me finish my time.
Because man, I could have did my own goddamn show today, man. Y'all, hey, I put it aside for this bullshit. The fuck?
For true.
Now go ahead, go, bro. I don't know. Go.
Now, before I was interrupted, I was explaining how the hydrogen atom is the lightest atom according to science. Then they figured out this. Let me share my screen. I'll show it because all the shit he interrupted me because he don't want to see the facts. A quark,
man. Let's get it going, man. Come on.
A quark, a biap, a Z-lead. These are subatomic particles that they found that exist that are lighter than the hydrogen atom. So that means there's something beyond the hydrogen atom. The physical world starts with the hydrogen atom. So if there's something that makes up the hydrogen atom, then that means there's something beyond the physical world. So he's telling me what I'm gonna have to prove. This is a Tahuti, the fake motherfucker that was here talking about he could bend the spoon. Tahuti from back in the day. You'll get in the prelim with him and he'll say, you have to show this and you have to do that. And he'll try to use mental alchemy with the viewing audience to try to persuade them that they have to have a certain, and that's nonsense.
That's a good point.
The topic is, can humans communicate with the spirit world or supernatural world? Now the topic is, does the spirit or supernatural world even exist in the first place? He can't prove that it doesn't. I can prove that it does. How can I prove that it does? By his own Western white man science called quantum physics.
30 seconds remaining.
Quantum physics states that there's something that exists beyond the hydrogen atom that is smaller, that makes it up. This is called quarks, biaps, Z-leads, and other subatomic particles. This is a fact. You can't run around it. This is your science. I ain't even gotten into my science yet. So I'm going to use your science against you. I'm going to use my science against you with binary mathematics.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, Soldier Kane. You get 2 minutes. Yeah, it's getting horrible, Brandon. I mean, it's getting.
I'm gonna just have to.
Hold on, real quick. The audience is saying it's getting horrible. So can we kind of upgrade?
Yeah. So we see already that if you don't understand the basic principles of the conversation you're having, it's impossible to even have a worthy debate. Supernatural is outside of the natural realm. The natural realm is everything.
You keep saying the same thing over and over and over.
Kansu, come on, man. Like, if he wasting his tool on the same thing, then let him. And then we ain't gonna do this too long, man. Because I can't do this today, man. Okay.
So my brother,
come on.
So my brother starts to talk about quantum physics because his simple mind, his uneducated mind, doesn't understand that when you're dealing with quantum particles, you're still dealing with the natural world. It's observable physics. Science deals with phenomena that we can explain. The science doesn't interact or have anything to say about the supernatural world. I stand on methodological naturalism. You know why science doesn't have nothing to say about the supernatural world? Because it really doesn't exist. Science makes claims about the natural world, everything that exists within space-time. So by my brother even interjecting quantum physics, he already admitting that he lost a debate. He's talking about something smaller than hydrogen. Does that make it supernatural? No, it's just a very small part of the natural world. So now this is the reason why it's not even worthy to have a conversation with this good brother, because he doesn't even understand the subject matter that he's dealing with. Supernatural, look it up. Above nature, outside of time, space. It doesn't exist within the realm of reality.
15 seconds remaining.
Science deals with everything that is within the confinement of space-time. Quantum physics is within the confinement of space-time. Therefore, nothing supernatural about quantum physics or anything that happens within the science called quantum physics. So my brother still has to provide us with any sort of evidence he have for something, anything whatsoever that lies outside of space-time. It could be supernatural.
All right.
Now you yield the floor. And if you can't do that, debate ain't even worthy.
Okay. So
and this is the exact same, and this is the exact same thing that all Unc West Kyle said. The exact same thing. Keep in mind, dude, we chose you for this. It's not even worth the debate. Nobody knows you. So this is the same exact thing that Kyle said before him. Nobody knows Kyle. And it's the exact same thing that Unc West and Garfield Reed told me live on Sonetta. It's not even worth the debate because you niggas scared. So
let me throw something out there. Let me help you out. How about people in their experiences with the supernatural? As far as like some people say they died and they seen this and that. Do that count or that don't count? Because that wouldn't be proof, like testimonials. I'm just trying to get y'all. The brother left. Did he fall off?
I'm right here. I'm saying
I see. Yeah, but where's Kansu?
You know Kansu ain't got nothing to come on. I didn't even know that brother was that light. Come on, JJ. He a lightweight.
Hey, JJ, I got something to say, brother.
All right, go ahead, Babylon. Down. Maybe Babylon can step up to the goddamn plate.
What's good, Babylon? Babylon tricky though. Babylon tricky. Babylon might get me because he's slick.
All right, maybe this is. I mean, I don't know what's going on with Kansu, man. God. All right, go ahead.
See, that's one of the things I want to say. No matter where a brother go, they try to treat you like they know you, or like like that you already got something on me, or they your equal. This is what Cedric already doing. Don't do that, bro. You don't know me. You don't know what I'm about to say. You don't know if I agree with you or don't agree with you. Just let me talk. I don't need no presentation or no type of get up. Y'all always doing the same thing over and over. It's very childlike. And y'all don't act like real debate. When the brother Kansu was talking, you say, no, I'm going to interrupt you because what you said ain't true. That's your opinion. It's the whole audience out here listening to the other person talk. They don't want to hear you interrupt just to say, give a diatribe about how wrong the person is, or how the person is lying, or how the person got to show something. The person was saying what they wanted to say, and you interrupted it. Another thing, when we talk about definitions, JJ 7000, people need to get this clip. Somebody got a loud background. Somebody got a loud background. So when we talk about definitions of words and stuff like that, when the brother Kansu comes on and says, "Hey, if the debate gonna be about the supernatural world," right? Now listen to how this goes, JJ. Listen to what I'm saying. They say the conversation is going to be about the supernatural world. Now, Kansu already said he don't even accept the word supernatural in the normal context of the word. So then Kansu has to define what supernatural means to him. And he did. He said it's the same thing as when you take hydrogen, you got atomic particles, and then you take the particles that make up hydrogen, which is subatomic particles, and the subatomic world is what Kansu is referring to as the supernatural world.
And then Kansu is simply wrong. Then Kansu is simply wrong. And if you don't understand that Kansu is simply wrong, then you're just as ignorant as a motherfucker than Babylon does. Because now you sound stupid as fuck. You see at the point I jump in on your dumb ignorant ass too. Because you want to say that you can come on a panel and make up your definition while you're having a debate. So now I'm making up some shit. I'm making up the fact that why you even on here? Talking about me. All I said was Babylon done is slick. He could get me. Did I say something derogatory or negative? But you're so up in your goddamn fucking feelings because you know you on some pseudo shit as well. So now you can't make up definition. You cannot talk about quantum particles, something that science deals with, and we understand what methodological naturalism is. You can't play that bullshit game with me, and that's why you're up in your goddamn feelings too, acting like a real little bitch. Like I said, something derogatory to your ass. Stupid motherfucker.
See, us Bible believers, we don't act like that. This is
Don't worry about
that.
it.
Yeah. So I meet the
It's
same
okay,
energy that he come in here with. You're not gonna be disingenuous, talk some dumb shit while I'm on the panel and the discussion is with me. You cannot make up your own definitions. You either accept the definition and you keep it moving. And now to go and you are now confusing the people even more to talk about quantum physics and by Kansu definition, that is supernatural, which makes that a valid term. What the hell we doing here? Do I look stupid to you?
Let me ask you a question.
Do I look stupid to you?
I just want to know, are y'all here for the people? If
Exactly. So I'm not going to acquiesce to a faulty premise. I'm not going to engage in dialogue, which is disingenuous and lying. If we're going to have a discussion about the supernatural, it's easy for somebody that's methodological naturalism. You're going to have to substantiate that claim. How you going to do that? Please explain it to the people because we all want to know. And I set the parameters real tight. You're not going to give me a philosophical discussion when you're talking about something that you actually interact with. You're going to have to provide evidence. The parameters are set. Now, because I don't engage in the philosophical jibber jabber and you can make it up as you go, I'm a bad guy. Well, then I'll be the bad guy every day. But you know what? Nobody's going to leave the panel from having a discussion with me more ignorant than they came in because I don't allow them to acquiesce to y'all bullshit.
Okay, hey, JJ. So listen to this, JJ. When this conversation is about supernatural, but somebody that's scientific, so-called Cedric, says he stands on methodological naturalism, that's a walking contradiction. Because if you say the supernatural doesn't exist, but he's gonna say the natural exists, then show us the natural. Because science doesn't have anything to do with nature or the soul or the mind or consciousness. So show us this methodological.
I need to show you that reality exists. I need to show you that reality exists.
Show us your methodological science. Show us your methodological science that you say you stand on. Show us that in a textbook.
Methodological naturalism is a philosophy of which science is based on. It says science deals with the observable natural world and everything therein. Within the confinement, shut up. Within the confinements of space-time, quantum physics, astrophysics, biology, chemistry, all this deals with very, very small and very, very large things we can't see. We're talking about a hydrogen atom and talking about visible. The hydrogen atom isn't visible. A hydrogen atom isn't visible. So then the hydrogen atom is by definition supernatural then, because it's not visible. It's very, very small. So why do you need to go all the way to quantum physics to then call that supernatural when we understand that supernatural is everything above nature? Quantum physics is natural. It is the underlying factors that create or produce the natural world. It's a subatomical natural world. So you're not getting around or getting away from the fact that from the time you start to talk about quantum physics, you're entering the realm of methodological naturalism, and that is science, and science deals with nature, reality, nothing outside of it. So now, if you're going to make a claim about the supernatural, you're making a claim about things that exist outside of reality, because in reality, it doesn't exist.
Okay, this nigga up here looking like fucking Squidward, right? Trying to tell somebody to shut up.
Oh, so now you're going to tell somebody, now you're talking about how somebody look. Your mama likes Squidward. Your mama like probably too old for me. So now you're talking about you're talking about how a man looks. So whenever you guys get beat up, what you go to is your effeminate nature to now question a man. Look, I got 7 kids with 5 baby mamas. Squidward getting his work in. Shit, nigga, y'all all do the same gay shit. Y'all do the same gay shit. You start a conversation about how a man looks. Well, I don't give a shit how none of you niggas look. You could be Queen of Sheba or be a complete transvestite. I don't care. It's about the information. But you see, you immature little girls always resort to the same thing as if I would be interested in your opinion about my looks. Grow up.
Whatever you
Grow
got
up.
eating at your brain, bro.
Right, okay, hold on. I got indigenous. Hold on. I got somebody on the phone, man. Hold up, man. It's all right. We ain't gonna get no debate up out of this.
Nah, y'all not gonna get no debate out of it.
Hell. All right, go ahead, indigenous black man. Go ahead. Oh, let me turn you up. Hold up. Yeah, that is loud. Wait. Can you speak louder? Go ahead.
What's going on?
No, we can't hear you, man. Can y'all hear him?
No.
Say something.
I can hear him. I can hear me low, but you can hear him.
All right, go ahead, brother.
Hey, what's going on, fellas? Look, you know.
Oh wait, let me get it on speaker. I'm tripping. Hey, there you go. Go ahead.
Got it.
Yeah, I'm tripping. Now? Yeah, yep, you good now.
Thank you, JJ.
Man, I'm going through a lot over here, man. Shit.
Yeah, they wilding out. Look, Cedric. You know, I'm not gonna blame it all on you, brother. But you need to calm down because we're trying to have debates here. We're trying to get everybody together. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of who you are. You know what I'm saying? And you talking in absolutes like science. Scientists won't even speak in absolutes. And your dumb ass is sitting here just like Unc and the rest of them, trying to talk in absolutes. When we know that a new find today, just like naphtha plier, just like the Dogon, when in 1976, the scientists didn't even know about the goddamn Dogon star until 1976, and they've been telling about it the whole time. You act like science knows everything. No, scientists works off of theories, and you know some of those theories can become fact, but we know that there's no absolutes because a new find can change everything today. So stop trying to be so scientifical, like you got the whole goddamn book and you telling everybody else, because it's not true. What you're saying is not true. You know, I mean, some of the stuff, not all of it. And look, we're trying to come together, man. Stop. Why are we arguing and cussing each other out? We're trying to have debates and build brotherly love and shit, you know, trying to come back together, man. You know, and just like I said, I don't know if it's the atheist. Because I think Q, you know, he's disrespectful. You come in with the, you know, a little disrespect, so the kind too. I ain't. But at the same time, we just calm down. We grown ass men talking about subjects. You know, and y'all take it to heart, just like the monkey shit. All that's retarded. And I know y'all don't want that debate because I'm gonna bust your head to the white meat.
Well, bring it out there, indigenous. What you talking about, family?
Well, they don't talk about Johann Friedrich Blumenbach and how he created the race theory. How Johann Friedrich Blumenbach created craniometry.
Oh.
They don't talk about none of that.
You talking about? Hold on. When you say the craniometry,
scientific racism in the time of the Age of Enlightenment, these niggas don't know nothing about. They have no idea. And all these fucking theories was being made up and racist as hell. And then right after before Blumenbach, there was Carl Linnaeus. And he split us up into 4 groups. And then after him comes Malthus talking about population control. Then after him comes Darwin with his bullshit. And Darwin says out of his own damn mouth, Will's however well behaved, the man is but a monkey shaved. Then right after Darwin comes his cousin, Galton. We know Galton was eugenics. I don't know if you niggas know about it because I tried to get on to debate this nigga scared too. So I know you ain't ready. Because if I'm a bust, if your master won't even come out to give a nigga a debate, I know you ain't ready.
Cedric.
So now he's referring to me having a master. Is that a shot? Is that disrespectful? Do I get to retaliate in kind?
Wait, real quick. Hold up.
So I'm just asking. So when you sneak this in like
I would like to say something too.
Do I get to respond in kind? Number 1. Number 2, absolutes. Science doesn't deal in absolutes. Where did I state anything absolute? I said, we were talking about definitions, right? We didn't get past the definition. And I stated firmly that anything you engage in quantum physics. This is all part of the natural world. So now where was I in error? Where did I speak in terms of absolute? But first, before you go there, saying or claiming I have a master, is that disrespectful? Is Khan's too coming to tell the fuck this and fuck that? Is that disrespectful? Because in a conversation, I say, oh, wait up, you're going too far. You're running a stop sign. You're doing some bullshit. In a conversation, are we that sensitive? I ain't. And I'm going to meet the same energy from the time the disrespect starts. I'm not going to take it. It's that simple. But we can have a civil conversation every day, all day. And if we're discussing science, we're discussing science. If we're discussing social politics, that's a different subject. Y'all need to get your subjects straight. Get your emotions out of these discussions. Oh, the white man did this, the white man did that, and the white man did. I'm sorry, I'm not that sensitive. You know, I ain't that sensitive because I'm scientifically literate. I know where to leave my emotions. And I can understand a simple classification doesn't take away or add to what I am as a human being. Now, y'all too sensitive because you call just a simple understanding of how anatomy works and how it's all sequenced. Because your simple mind can't wrap around that concept. You go all over the place as if science wasn't the instrument used to prove and identify the pseudoscience and the bullshit.
All right, Indigenous.
Y'all know what scientific racism was. We know what that was. And you know how we know what that was? Science gave us the tools to deal with that. So why are we still staying emotional? You see, I stayed quiet and I listened to the rant. Now I'm talking, I'm getting cut off. So if we're going to do that, JJ.
Man. Up, man. Y'all, I don't do it like that over here, man. It's called goddamn respect each other. It's called goddamn order. All this yelling over each other. All right, go, yeah, man. All right, now let the brother speak for a second. Go ahead.
I'm gone.
Look, I want to step away and get me a burger or something. Make me a burger upstairs, man. Hey, DOA, can you handle this? I'm hungry, man.
All right. Let the man on the phone speak. Go ahead.
So I don't get to finish what I was saying in response to the man on the phone?
After he speaks, you can come back.
Because I don't know how long he's been talking. I went upstairs. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Cedric. Go ahead.
No, he got it in somewhere, though.
Hold up, Indigenous. I guess he didn't get to finish. Just be patient with him.
He said let the guy on the phone talk. He was talking about me.
But then Cedric said he didn't get to finish, so let him finish his thought. Just go ahead. I want to be fair to the guests. Go ahead.
All right, let Cedric finish. Go ahead. Got 1 minute.
No, go ahead. It's all good. Go ahead, it's all good. I'm good.
Yeah, well, can I say something real quick, JJ?
Go ahead. You got the clock. You got the clock now. Go ahead. You got 2 minutes. Go ahead.
Okay. Y'all can hear me. Good. All right. Look, no, I'm just saying, man. Look, we grown men. You know, we over here trying to enlighten the people, but we're making ourselves in the platform look bad. We can't even get into the build, let alone set up a debate. Only thing we're doing is over here, we trying to, get some information out instead of that same old that we've been dealing with. So if you got something new to bring to the table, bring it. But, the arguing and all that stuff, man, we got to stop that because, like I said, that's what we used to. We got to do better, family. And I love y'all, like I said, and keep your head high. I mean, keep your head high, your grass low, and stop lying to the people. You know what I'm saying? We need to humble ourselves because none of us know everything. So I'll see y'all later. Like I said, love y'all, and y'all have a good evening, and continue to build. But let's continue to build like men, like we're trying to inform the public, help the public out. All right, peace.
Peace, my brother. Yeah. So
you got the mic.
So I guess it's on me now, JJ, right?
Go ahead, Bobby.
It's not on done. No, man, we don't. Hey, JJ, listen to this though, JJ. Now, it's something called order, but then again, like when I first came on this line, I was talking straight up about science. It was all facts. It wasn't no opinion. It was things that people could either go check out, agree with, or disagree with. But it wasn't no reason for somebody to be allowed to just interrupt me. I don't even want to call their name because I know that might trigger them. Then this might not even get out. So then the person just dogmatically, like a bulldog, a bully, just bogart their way into the conversation. Right after I just said, they did the same thing with the brother Kansu, just based on what they hear. That's their opinion, what they feel about what the person said. But they say, no, I'm not going to allow that. I'm not going to allow you to be heard. I'm not going to allow you to speak because I disagree with what you are saying. So no, I'm going to interrupt you every single time. This is what Cedric said. Now, how can anybody have a conscious conversation around somebody like that? Then when I do talk, he comes on after that. He calls me a B. He calls me a fool, an idiot, all these things. I need to sit my stupid ass down, everything. I don't say nothing. I listen quietly to the whole thing. Then I come back on and try to talk reasonable. He interrupt me again, cussing me out, calling me a B. I don't say nothing. Then when I come on, I say one thing. I say, look now, this dude looking like Squidward. This all I say. And then he jump out the window again. Now you talking about order, JJ. Maybe you need to put the muzzle on some of the people that's around here that's disrupting the conversation. Because there are people that come here to bring real knowledge. And then there are people who come to your panel to just disrupt it and make it seem like this. Now, I don't know whether that's the fashion, but I mentioned that earlier, that, hey, they treat everybody the same, no matter where the person goes. That's what I said. He act the same way. He pop off the same way. Sometimes the shit just be serious. It was a serious conversation. Now, with all that said, I just want to say this, that when we're talking about supernatural, let's put the word supernatural on the level of what it is, metaphysical. Supernatural is metaphysical. Another word is transcendental. But let's just stick with the metaphysical. Now, science is physical. It's dealing with physics and only the physical world, things that can be observed and measured. We clear on that. That's the only thing that science or Cedric or anybody dealing with science can deal with. What's observable, right? And what's measurable. Now, remember that science, observable and measurable. Now, on the other hand, you got metaphysics, or what they call spirituality. Instead of physics and science, you got metaphysics and so-called spirituality. Now, metaphysics is beyond physics. Metaphysics deals with things like consciousness, the soul, the self, the mind. You won't find these words mentioned in a science book. Science does not deal with these things. Nature, science does not deal with nature because nature is not observable, nor is nature measurable. When somebody say, I observed nature, what did you observe? 2 animals, 2 birds, what you observe? Trees? You're not observing nature. You're observing the trees and the wind or whatever you examine. So to science, nature does not exist. So when we have this conversation, Cedric is counted out based on his very premise of talking about he only deal with science. But when the brother Kansu tried to make it in a relation where, hey, the metaphysics is in relation to what science is seeking now, talking about subatomic particles, quarks, triacs, biots, and zeals, they looking at these things, boson, the God particle. If science ain't concerned with God, why they got a God particle? You see what I'm saying? So this is what we're talking about. So it's Cedric them that be disingenuous. And then when people get fed up and fight back, y'all got to realize a man got a limit. So the man done called me every name in the book, and I'm supposed to just sit here and don't nobody stay and stop him. So I'll stop right there though, JJ. Just remember that the word supernatural is metaphysical, and the word natural is related to the physical. And on the metaphysical side, it's a philosopher. And then he said he deal with a methodological science, right? Methodological science, scientific philosophy. But right before that, he said, get out of here with that philosophical jargon. Now, is it that he deal with a metaphysical, scientifical, philosophical, or he don't? Because the last time I checked, the original name for science was natural philosophy. The original name for science was natural philosophy. But he say he don't deal with philosophy.
Are you done?
No, I'm not done. I'm still talking. I am Babylon done.
You're not done. You're not done. So first of all, methodological naturalism is a philosophical underpinning on which science lives. Methodological naturalism. That's one. When I say you don't bring your conceptual ideas to a discussion about reality, that's two different things. So now we can do all the play with words. Metaphysics in the realm of science deals with everything that is not within the atomic physical realm. So we're dealing with the subatomic world. The subatomic world still has hypothesis, has measurable, testable, and it makes predictions. It is firmly rooted within the realm of science. Study of souls and spirits and these things are nowhere within the realm of science. So now when you make a claim about the ability to interact with the supernatural world, you're making a claim that is measurable and testable. Therefore, I will apply the rigors of science to that claim. How are you going to quantify that claim? How do you interact with things that exist outside of the realm of reality? Supernatural is outside of the natural realm. And I don't care how many times they try to play with the words, spin it, use science to talk about the subject that science doesn't deal with. Walking contradictions. We talk about the Higgs boson and call it the God part. Science plays around with these names all the time. But again, their discovery of a field, the field that gives the subatomic world its gravity, has nothing to do with a God or spirits. And these are the pseudo claims that are being made. You cannot substantiate the claims. You cannot run an experiment and says, this is your supernatural conscious entity that has influence on reality. No, you muddy the waters with science. You take metaphysics within the scientific realm and you talk about metaphysics in the philosophical realm. And you do as if it's the same conversation that we're having, or that I'm not smart enough, or that I do not understand these subjects and how to put each one in its particular category. This is the disingenuousness that we're talking about. Your subjective conceptualization of this thing called spirit, whereby you cannot substantiate it other than with your philosophical ideas. There is no evidence to support these claims. And the misuse of science, the playing with the word, the take metaphysics out of the Stanford Encyclopedia for philosophy, and we throw it into the realm of science and say metaphysics is the same thing over here as it is over. No, it's not. Stop it. That's the disingenuousness. Claims about the supernatural are claims that are about something that exists outside of time and space. Everything within space-time is natural. Science, which is rooted in methodological naturalism, the word says it, natural, nature, reality. And we're not talking about what is confined on this planet. That's not the all of nature. Nature's the stars, the moon, the other planets. Nature is space-time and everything in that. That's reality. Supernatural talks about what lies outside of that. Y'all keep doing the same thing, try to play these pseudo games with these words, and it's disingenuous. And y'all need to stop. And that's why Kansu ran. Because he couldn't get around that. Shit, this dude actually understands some quantum physics, and he's not allowing me to do that rack-attack game. And that's why these conversations don't go anywhere, because you're not dealing with just an atheist, you're dealing with someone that is actually scientifically literate, and the two doesn't go hand in hand. The two are two separate subjects, but anytime you interject the natural world, I can use methodological naturalism, which is science. Science doesn't claim to know everything, but it gives us a tool. It gives us a tool to distinguish reality from imagination. And that's why we use science, because most of the things people believe are pseudo. That's just human nature. I yield the floor.
All right. Before hold on.
Okay.
Before you respond, I want to ask him a question, because I'm looking and listening to this. It sounds like he doesn't believe in the supernatural whatsoever. And nothing wrong with it if he don't, you know what I mean? And I can tell you from the door that the debate thing with this topic was not going to happen, obviously. But it seems like the topic of proving one thing is supernatural outside of natural might be a debate topic. I don't know if he may want to look into doing something on that, depending on the situation. But you can go ahead. You respond.
Okay, yeah. I just want to be clear that, a person could go through all the redefining what another person said and go back and state the same old jargon over and rhetoric over again. We are going to be clear again that the word supernatural is metaphysical. That is a word that science does deal with, the metaphysical. Now, and we're going to take the word, the natural, and put it in the physical. When I said that no one can define nature, and he said nature is the moon, the stars, that's exactly what I said. Only thing you're going to do is roll off a bunch of things that you see. And you're not examining nature, you're examining the moon, the stars, and all of that. But there is no nature there. So there is no nature in science. So he is a walking contradiction. You won't find scientists talking about nature and natural. Okay? So now the next thing is, when he says philosophy, he would be another walking contradiction, because he outright denies any type of philosophical examination, which is what metaphysics is. Metaphysics can be found as a study under philosophy. So again, I'm stating that he is trying to run from the conversation by trying to say somebody got some spooky, unreliable, no evidence to present. But let's just say this. Let's have them, science, present their evidence of evolution. Right? There is no evidence that anyone can present to you of evolution. They'll yell out micro, they'll yell out macro, then they'll yell out, well, evolution is a fact and a theory. And that's when you tell them evolution is four things. Evolution is one, adaptation. All animals adapt, so that's a fact, adapt to the environment. Mutation. All genes mutate, so that's a fact. And variation. All viruses and genes and parasites and things like that have variations, so that's a fact. But evolution is not only adaptation, mutation, and variation, but it's also selection. So when you ask them who does the selection, they can't tell you. Who selected the animals to become, like they say, from a great ape, as he mentioned earlier, to change into a human being? What causes that change? There is no one that could tell you that, and there is no one that can show you that on a microscope. So Cedric himself and scientists themselves believe in some form of spooky spirituality, because they just assuming that humans come from great apes. They can't approve that humans come from great apes. There is no record or no type. He'll say, well, we got all this evidence and all of these scientists to back us up. None of that means nothing. And all of that in the background, bro, you're being disrespectful. Can somebody mute his mic? I know you got control of the mic, JJ. Can you mute his mic then? Because that's ridiculous. I didn't say a word when you was doing all that. So now, if I could gather my thoughts back. So the bottom line is that there is a man named Immanuel Kant, K-A-N-T, David Hume, H-U-M-E. Look these philosophers and natural philosophers up, scientists. Look them up. Because Immanuel Kant already separated the phenomenal world from the noumenal world. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to say it again. It's already been separated, the phenomenal world from the noumenal world. Now, I got this pulled up, so I'm going to read this to y'all. It's just one sentence, two sentences. Phenomena. Listen to what phenomena are. And when I read the definition of phenomena, I want you to think physics, science, the physical world, nature, what you can see. Phenomena are the appearances. You hear that? Phenomena are the appearances. Like the sun appears to rise. This is what phenomena are. Appearances, which constitute our experience. So phenomena is your everyday experience. It's the things that you come into contact with your senses. Your eyes, ears, nose, mouth, and skin. How you see, hear, smell, taste, and feel. This is the phenomena. Now, but there's a separation. There's also something called a noumena. The noumena are the presumed things themselves. The noumena is the actual thing in itself. It's the ultimate reality. Now, remember, I just said the phenomena is nature. The physical world is what you see, what you come in contact with. It's science. That's phenomena. But that's just the appearance of things. It's just what you sense and constitute, how you calculate things and register things. It's not the reality, though, because you could smell something and I could smell something and it could smell good to me and it could smell stink to you. You could feel something and I could feel something. It could be cold to you and hot to me. You could taste something and I could taste something. It could be bitter and sweet to me. So what you deal with on your senses, what Cedric talking about, is scientific. Only thing you could deal with is what you can physically experience is limited. Because if it only can dealt with on your physical experience, then that means you dealing with it through your eyes, ears, nose, and mouth, and your skin, which can be deceived. Like watching the sun rise. You'll think it rise and it don't. You'll think it set and it don't. So those are the appearances of the phenomenal or the scientific world. But there's a noumenal world, a metaphysical world, where things are what they are in themselves. And these things, I'm reading this, which constitute reality. So I broke down the other day that the highest a person can go is their senses. So all of those are feelings and emotions. So nobody actually has a mind. Your mind is outside of your body. And everything that you look around you and see is the mind. But this is what the conversation is really about. Whether or not the metaphysical world exists. And I think we just proved that the metaphysical world exists. It's called noumena. 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 The noumena world. That's the world of reality.
All right. Pause. Hold up before you spit, before you say something, sir, because I have no control over the clock. But I can see right there. Y'all got something that y'all could, debate on. I'm gonna talk to JJ, get a title if y'all want to get this on as a debate.
Oh man,
not to disrespect the other brother that was on, but I think this would be a nice debate topic, and I'm gonna let you talk.
No, you see, we're not. What you thought you just heard was one debate topic. So he literally, when all over the place. Let's start with what he ended with, the hard problem of consciousness. He was just explaining qualia, the fact that I can taste a berry, say it's sweet, you can taste it and say it's sour. He's talking about a philosophical problem right there, the hard problem of consciousness, qualia. Like, he figures that I don't know these things, right? And that's like, I'm sitting here, look, the man said science and nature about 15 times after just claiming that there's no nature, where nature is just a word used to encompass reality, which I stated clearly, space-time, reality, and everything therein. So when I identified aspects of space-time and everything that is within reality, to not isolate it just to our experiences on this planet, that's why I mentioned other bodies of nature. And we clearly heard him say nature and science is a tandem. Then he shifts the conversation slickly over to the hard problem of consciousness, which is our individual experience, which is called qualia. Like, he moves back and forth between philosophy and science, and he merges the two, and he tries to do it seamlessly. And in the end, concluded that there is a supernatural without producing any evidence thereof. Because again, when we talk, and I'm going to reiterate it, there is nothing else to do, even though he's trying to play with words. Supernatural isn't quantum physics. Supernatural isn't the subatomic world. The subatomic world is called the subatomic world. Quantum physics is called quantum physics. It's not called supernatural. You know why it's not called supernatural? Because it's just simply an aspect of nature, the natural world. And we investigate it with the tool called science. And by my brother's own admission, science deals with nature. So if we're talking about an experiment that was done in CERN to discover and produce the Higgs boson, then we're dealing with science, which is the study of nature, which includes the subatomic world. So we're not going to get past that definition, and that's what makes this conversation so hard, because he is not going to admit to that. There was a time in science when they said, you know, there's something smaller, and because it doesn't fit within our atomic physics, we're going to call it metaphysics. Science has long since left that definition alone. It is only used within the philosophical realm, discussing problems like consciousness, the mind, is there a soul? These are philosophical discussions to which no answer will ever be produced.
All right.
This is just
okay.
This is just
the engagement.
Okay, philosophical. No. You see,
hold on.
How is this? Okay, though?
You gotta land your
plane
JJ,
that's you.
Conversation. Listen,
Sorry, JJ.
You was done,
sorry,
bro. You know it. You was done, and you know it.
Come on, man. Don't do that, bro.
You was done, and you know it. I shut up and I listened. I laughed. I muted my mic, but I didn't interrupt.
All right, I came in late. How long have you been speaking, brother? I came in late. I was trying to eat.
For a long time, JJ. I'm ready to go.
Come on, man. They act like they don't get enough time, man. Y'all gotta be fair, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, DOA. Tell the truth.
Yeah, I heard enough. Both parties. Put it like this.
All right, thank you.
And I don't need them to debate this like right now. I want them to actually debate this topic, but I want to know the affirmative of both parties. You know, one is giving me the inclination that he doesn't believe in the supernatural, and the other one gives me the inclination that he does. And I think that is a good dividing point. You know what I mean? And it's
yeah. You said that, brother. Can I get this in though? I know you don't want to hear the debate right now, but it's things that was said that I would like to respond to. You know what I'm saying? That's important too.
Go ahead.
So I understand where you're coming from, and I'm with you. I don't want to debate it right now, but trust me, I'm not doing anything that. Because one thing about a debate, if you speak the facts, then that's the same thing you're gonna say in the debate. What I'm saying right now will stand in the debate. I'm not gonna say nothing now that doesn't stand in the debate. So when I asked Cedric to show evolution, I want y'all to put a point in my bucket because he can't show me evolution.
I didn't
Okay?
even get to responding to that. I was addressing your claims and I was cut off. I didn't even finish.
Listen, if you were in a debate, you'll be losing right now because you don't have to defend yourself every time somebody says, "Wait till your turn."
Well, JJ, again, you're cutting me off and you're disingenuous. You stopped me from finishing my bill. I just yielded the floor.
Hold on, everybody be quiet. Give Cedric 15 goddamn minutes and then you can go. Go ahead, man.
So now, evolution says what evolution is. Evolution is the diversity of life. Look around you. Evolution is a reality. That makes evolution a fact. My brother explained several mechanisms of evolution. These are mechanisms. And when we talk about selection, it's just a word, natural pressures. So reduced amount of sunlight is going to force, or is only going to allow those with a lighter hue to reach the age of reproduction. And those that reach the age of reproduction based on their fitness, their ability to survive in a particular environment, these are what we call natural pressures. There's another selection pressure called sexual selection, which determines how the population is going to look. So my brother, my good brother, based whether he understood it or not, explained to you, he didn't disagree with the different mechanisms of evolution, which over time produces different and distinct variations in the population of species and the like. So my brother, he himself explained to you what evolution is. When we look outside and we see a diversity of life, that's evolution. And what my brother, again, I'm going to reiterate, what he explained so beautifully were the mechanisms which include natural selection and sexual selection. What is the natural selection? What is that driving force? The environmental pressures that existed. And they are varying based on the environment that you were in. So he did an excellent job in explaining what evolution is, which he didn't disagree with.
Okay, Cedric, now are you good? You land your plane? You don't feel like you're being mistreated or nothing? Like, you all right? All right, go ahead, Babylon Don. Don't interrupt him. I gave you up to 15 minutes. So you got 50. So let him finish and land his plane. Go ahead, Babylon.
Okay. Thank you, JJ7000. Hey, check it out. So, like I said, I mentioned earlier that no scientist, science is based on observation and measure. He could talk all he wants. All he has to do is pull up anywhere on the internet or give us a site that we can go to where we can see evolution in progress. See, evolution is a catch-all term like nature. That's why I said evolution, nature, science, the physical world is the phenomenal world, is not the reality. That's exactly what I'm saying. Evolution, science, the physical world, that which can be observed and measured, is not reality. That's how you sense and feel things. That's how you interact with the world around you, called the environment. But that's not, the environment is not who you are. You are in the environment. You are a part of the environment, but you are not the environment. It's a one-many relationship there. It's many and you the one. So you have an experience. And everybody has an individual experience. And because we have individual experiences, that's what makes that world that you call the physical world a non-reality. Because we all have different experiences. We all experience the environment the physical world. We all experience that differently. So we can't come up with an objective answer for that. So the physical world is the subjective world, not the objective world. Science is subjective, and it only deals with subjective things that it can observe and that it can measure. Now, I mentioned the phenomena and the noumena worlds. I mentioned Immanuel Kant, K-A-N-T. I said that I want to tell y'all this, that a positive notion of a noumenon would be that of a determinate object. I know most people don't understand that, but just understand that when we're talking about an object, we're talking about objective knowledge, things that's real and factual, reality. Cedric said this. He said, I said, well, show us evolution. He said, this is exact words. I wrote down every word he said. He said, diversity of life is all around you. Natural pressures, the age of reproduction, is sexual selection. These are the mechanisms, and they are environmental pressures. That's what's happening. This is all jargon, y'all. Evolution, if you look up evolution, you won't find the diversity of life. That's just something to say. Evolution is the diversity of life. No, it's not. Evolution is a theory, and it has a taxonomy that is based on all two-legged animals in one group, all two-legged birds in one group, all birds that can fly in one group.
Hey,
birds
man, y'all
that
ain't
can't
ready for
fly in
Babylon.
another
I'm
group.
done, man. He done came up out of the woodworks on you goddamn atheists. Y'all better regroup, write another plan, Cedric, because this is the man. Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly, man. So they just taxonomize the thing, and then they say, well, hey, all two-legged humans must have came from all two-legged apes. And apes must have been here first, so we're going to assume that humans came from apes. But nobody can show you where humans came from apes. They can't show you the DNA. And every time you mention the missing link, they get mad. It is a missing link, because you can't show me the link between human beings and that great ape you talking about. Now, then another thing, because they say we can't show nothing about metaphysical. Listen, they can't show you evolution due to abiogenesis. Once they get abiogenesis, A is for asymmetric. That's an asymmetric point. Bio is biological, and genesis is the beginning. So once they reach the asymmetric biological point at the beginning of what they call knowledge and creation of animal species, called a single cell, they don't have no knowledge. At abiogenesis, asymmetric, they have no knowledge. It stopped right there. Okay, every scientist agree. So evolution is not a fact. Okay, because the only facts about evolution is mutation, variation, and adaptation. Selection, he mentioned sexual selection. That's not telling you who does the selection. Who chose the male and female? Who gave them their gender?
Bring it out,
That's like the intelligent designer. Who does the design? We know intelligence is behind it, but who does the design? So in natural selection, like intelligent design, who does the selecting? He's not giving you who does it, because at that point, just like evolution reached abiogenesis, the Big Bang reaches baryogenesis. See those words? Abiogenesis, baryogenesis. They go to B, baryogenesis, because they baryons. Those are the type of particles. And those are the smallest particles they know about. So once you reach the asymmetric point of abaryogenesis, they done with the Big Bang. They can't speak beyond that point. They can't tell you what happened before or after, time, nothing to be talked about. Because only thing science can deal with is that which is observable and measurable. When he talk about the universe, he talking about the observable universe and nothing beyond that which can be observed. Even though scientists know there is universe beyond what they can observe, but they can't talk about it. Neither can Cedric. He limited. He can't talk to me about this. He can't measure, right, quantum fields. So he can't measure the supernatural. So he can't talk about it. So just like an atheist, just like a sorry atheist, right? An atheist can't talk about God, because if you say you don't believe in God, then you can't say God don't exist. Because by you saying God don't exist, you're admitting that
3
God
minutes
exists.
remaining.
Because
3
you
minutes
said that God.
remaining.
Okay, I'm gonna stop right here. So then you said that God exists by saying that you don't believe in God. Listen, y'all, I don't believe in God. I don't believe in a God. God don't exist. Then why are you talking about something that don't exist? Why are you talking about something you don't even believe? If it don't exist and you don't believe in it, how did it even become a subject? This kid, and then they say science is not spirituality. Watch this. Science is theory. Spirituality is theology. Scientists are called theoreticists. Spirituality is called theologians. Science has atheist. Spirituality has a theist. Science has an antithesis.
1 minute
Spirituality
remaining.
has a thesis. Okay, so you see what I'm saying? So both of these, the antithesis and the thesis, atheist and the theist, are all based on theos, God. And they just play an opposite. It's like a Democrat and Republican. Don't let them play the game. We got one mind and we focus and we see their game. Cedric, the Amara squad, y'all heads off. Done. Bobby
Right,
Banger, you done.
Hold on, before you, can we get a debate out of this? What we doing?
Yeah, we got to get a debate out of it. Come on now.
A debate out of what? A debate out of what? That Gish Gallop, this man put cosmology, evolution, abiogenesis all in one bag, which you can't do. Then he started and reiterated the fact that he was dealing with qualia, which is the individual experience limited to our senses, where he then states that our senses can deceive us. We use science because we know our senses can deceive us. We don't rely on our senses when we study in the natural world. To which part of that Gish Gallop emotional rhetoric, he now identifies himself as a creationist, as a intelligent design proponent. We know that's a pseudoscience. Just go subscribe to the Serial Killers channel. Go look at our videos. We got the evidence. We pulled the pages. We did all the work. This is pseudo nonsense. There is no science there. There is nothing but conjecture, arbitrary claims, unsupported arbitrary claims, and based on presupposition. His presupposition, which he still cannot quantify, is that there is some force which exists outside of time and space, a conscious agent which has influence and has agency over reality. Now, if there was such an entity, there would be an interaction with reality, with nature, with the observable universe, and we would have been able to detect this interaction based on using science. So again, what subject is there to argue? The hard problem of consciousness, qualia, my individual experience of the five senses and how I interpret the environment that I'm in based on my ability to interact, consciousness. That's the hard problem, a philosophical one, which is a beautiful discussion, but we are at no point in time ready to solve that problem. Although science understand how the brain works. No, let me build now, JJ. Don't do that.
I'm trying to
get you wasn't cutting in my. So now you're getting cut up. You're emotional. Hold it down. You thought you had a winner, but you don't.
I'm just peeking around, bro.
Okay, yeah, I know. So you're trying to mess my flow up. So let me get back. Let me get back into it. So now evolution, again, when we say evolution is a fact and a theory, my brother is again illustrating his ignorance towards what a theory means in science. In science, when we talk about science, it starts with a hypothesis and ends with a theory. The theory is a whole body of evidence, facts, experiments, and hypotheses and predictions. And that formulates a theory. It is a collection of actual, tangible evidence for any theory that we have. So yes, evolution is also a theory. What makes evolution a theory? It is an explanation on how the diversity that we see came to be. And again, I do not have to reiterate. My brother already gave you the different mechanisms. Adaptation, what do you adapt to and why would you adapt? You adapt based on the environment, right? And what is that adaptation? Gradually, over time. So a certain environment, it is necessary to have a darker hue. All offspring born with a lighter hue won't survive, won't make it to the age of reproduction. Eventually, your population will have a darker hue. Then there comes another environmental factor. It gets extremely cold in this place that requires a darker hue. So those that are ability to produce more fat or to produce longer hair, those are going to reach the age of reproduction. Those are the natural forces that play a role in natural selection of the diversity of these species of life that we see on this planet. Sexual selection is also a mechanism. And who does the selection? The individuals. Sexual selection means the engagement of two individuals to reproduce offspring. That's what sexual selection means, and not who decided who has a penis and a vagina. So if you don't even understand the terms, what are we debating? What are we arguing about? What are we discussing? Now, abiogenesis is a fact. We do not have a theory. We have experiments. We have different aspects of abiogenesis, which can lead to the first and early formation of a cell. Abiogenesis is not a theory. Why? Because we do not have a collection of facts to explain the process.
Two non-living,
we admit that.
Two non-living molecules came together.
Yes. Chemistry produces biology.
Okay. All right. I just
chemistry, before you get to biology, you need chemistry. Without chemistry, there is no biology. So yes, abiogenesis before biological life. How did we get to biological life? Once we get there, evolution is a well-established theory. That's a fact.
He says a fact.
So now let's get to the last point. And then he concludes by interjecting cosmology, Big Bang cosmology, which at this point, because of the cosmic microwave radiation, background radiation, we know it's a theory. You know what? Because that was predicted. And two independent telescopes verified that reality of the background noise. And that's what solidified the theory. And to have a question of what is before time is a silly question in itself. So now, when you want to have a discussion and be genuine with the people, you don't mix it all up, throw it in a big hat, do the appeal to emotion as if that substantiates any of your claims. With regards to your intelligent design concept, we know that's not a sound body of evidence. We know that that relies on trying to undermine science, but doesn't produce any information of its own. Then you get into the pseudo claims of irreducible complexity. We know all the nonsense. And it's disingenuous to come and spit this stuff to black people to promote which agenda I don't know. What? A creator? You can have your creator. You can have it, but doesn't make your creator any more factual or any more real right? So why would you put that on the people when you know science is undefeated? Pseudo killers for life. Anybody can get it. Ah.
Okay, JJ 7000, can I go ahead and come in, or you want to say something, JJ? Hey, JJ 7000. Okay, well, maybe JJ ain't there, so I'll go ahead on and go and say what I want to say regarding this situation. Now, regarding this topic that Cedric just went over, now I'm gonna start where he started at, so we can go back over the whole thing one more time. I'm gonna give y'all a couple of words, and then I want y'all to write them down, and I'm gonna show y'all how they synonymous with each other. Okay? Or not synonymous with each other. When Cedric says nature, I want you to say supernatural. When he says natural, I want you to say supernatural. When Cedric says science, I want you to say spirit. When Cedric says physics, I want you to say metaphysics. When Cedric mentions the phenomenal world, which is the world you experience with your senses, your eyes, ears, nose, mouth, and everything else, with your senses, that's emotional. I want you to say phenomenal world. And when he mentions the mind, the soul, anything beyond the universe, then that's the noumena world. So you got phenomenal, noumenal, physics, metaphysics, science, spirit, nature, supernature, or natural, supernatural, right? And so this is what you have to organize in your mind, because science, like I said, and religion, or science and spirituality are the same thing. They just two sides of the same coin. Now, Cedric mentioned abiogenesis. Anybody can look this up. Abiogenesis is completely debunked. Okay, it's completely debunked. No, maybe so scientists still working on it. Abiogenesis is completely debunked, and Cedric doesn't know that. That's why the evolutionary theories that they keep rolling back on and keep saying, well, abiogenesis, don't nobody know. No, it's completely debunked. Look it up. So now, the next thing, when I mention the Big Bang, I mention baryogenesis, which is another asymmetric point called a singularity, right? Abaryogenesis, right? That's where the Big Bang fall apart. He trying to say I asked the question, what happened before time? I didn't ask that question. I know what time is. I know that time is composed of d over st, distance over speed and time. If I divide d, distance, by speed, I get time. If I divide d over t, time, I get speed. And if I multiply s and t times each other, I get d on top, the distance. So I know exactly what time is. And I know exactly what evolution don't know. But they always try to come on and try to one up somebody like science is undefeated. You are not science, Cedric. You are Cedric. You represent Cedric. You don't represent science. You don't represent a scientific community. You don't represent anything to do with science. You don't have a monopoly on the word science, nor on the mathematics or the practice of science, experiments or otherwise. You nor the Amara Squad don't have dibs on it. I myself am a mathematician. I myself am a linguist, and none of y'all are. I'm publishing papers at Arizona State University, and none of y'all are. But y'all fool the public because y'all bring on some sorry type of scholars, so-called scholars, and trick them like y'all know something. And they sit there and talk about evolution. I'm going to say it again. When he mentions adaptation, and he going off of me, that's why he keeps saying you so beautifully stated, eloquently stated, all of the mechanisms. I never called them mechanisms. And you're confusing the two things. A mechanism would be your fake so-called sexual selection that you can't tell us who does the sexual selection, who does the selecting. Then the next thing is when he mentions intelligent design, I'm not an intelligent design proponent. I compare him to an intelligent design proponent being a natural selection proponent. Because I said, just like intelligent design can't tell me the designer, He, as a natural selector, can't tell me to select her. So he's trying to twist the words. He is the one that's an intelligent designer. He is the one got to answer for that. How does nature, right, select? You saying natural selection? Who is nature? Show us nature on a piece of paper. Show us that you can measure and observe, and show us nature doing the selection. You can't. You're a liar, and y'all phonies, and your whole science is pseudo. And that's why I originally started calling y'all pseudo, and y'all turned that around and started calling the community pseudo. Anybody can check my Facebook page. Y'all get y'all name, I'm in Raw Squad, from me. I wrote on my page first, the Royal Guard of Amin Ra. Look at my page before ever came out, and he got it from me. And the same thing with your homeboy right there. The same thing with your homeboy right there. I mentioned pseudo suicide the other day. Now he mentioned pseudo suicide. And the same thing with your homeboy Q outside the Q. He get his name from me. Babylon Don, thinking beyond the box, outside the orb. And then I said outside the cube, outside the hex, outside all of these things. That spell 6, outside the sex, outside the 6, and he get it from my page. So Brother Reggie get the whole new black city from Babylon Dawn, new city. Go check me out. Anybody can look me up. In the past, I spoke about architects. I spoke about my whole new city. He get it from me. All of y'all stuff y'all get from Babylon Dawn, bro. Even y'all arguments. I come on y'all channel. I mention something. Y'all kick me off. Make like I'm pseudo. And then the next thing I know, y'all argue. I said the black woman God. Now all y'all talking about, oh, the black woman worship first. I see it all on Smash Rockwell channel, everywhere now. Everybody with it. You're fake, man. You first y'all was saying the Egyptians ain't black. Now I prove Kim mean black. Now all these niggas want to make like they knew Kim mean black. I said from the beginning, Kim obviously means black. Kemet means black. Kim to you means black people. And all of them was in denial. All of them. I mentioned Pangaea, everybody laughed. Now it's a fact. So I just want to say this, that they are fake, y'all. Do not listen to these soothsayers and charms. When they say prove there is a supernatural world, tell them, say prove there is not a supernatural world. See, this shit work both ways. Now, can you prove there is not a supernatural world? Just the same way they cannot prove there is not a God. They don't try to prove there is not a God because they can't. Because trying to prove it is or it isn't, you saying that it is. You see how the logic works? So when they tell you to prove that supernatural is something, tell them to prove that supernatural ain't something. And the same thing works with science. Prove that science is something, prove that science ain't nothing. And I'm proving that science ain't nothing. I'm proving that science ain't nothing. Okay? So the last thing, when he talked about evolution, I said clearly that adaptation, when you adapt to an environment, listen to what I'm finna tell y'all. You have a phenotype on your Y chromosome from your father, and you have a genotype on your X chromosome from your mother. Your phenotype is your genotype interacting with your environment. I repeat, your phenotype is your genotype interacting with your environment. That's how you adapt. So I just explained adaptation. Now I'm about to explain mutation. When genes mutate, which is a fact, I admit it, they mutate via radiation or via things like that. The sun mutates the gene. It's not that the sun changed the skin darker. The sun mutates the melanocytes, which control the genes, which produce melanin, which is the color of the skin. The sun don't turn the skin colors. The sun interacts with the melanin, which changes the melanin to color or gives the person a disease, melanoma, leprosy, vitiligo, cancer disease. You get it. So now, so when you take evolution, right, you got adaptation, mutation, then you got variation, which could be human to human or animal to human or animal to animal, like zoonotic, like the COVID came from animals to human, and like the new stuff is zoonotic. So then you got those type of variation. Those are variations of COVID. Like they said, it's the novel coronavirus, novel meaning new. It's a variation. So now, we know about mutations, adaptations, and variation. Now, when you ask them about the selection part, adaptation, mutation, variation, the selection part, Show me who does the selection. And don't tell me environmental pressures. Don't tell me natural pressures. Don't mention that to me. Tell me the same way we just was able to talk about mutation and variation and adaptation using phenotype and genotype, using mutation of genes and the sun, using variations of COVID and zoonotic. Now explain the selection that way. And also explain evolution. Wait, last thing, JJ, I promise I'm gonna stop. Explain evolution. I promise I'm gonna stop. Explain evolution because we want to know. You say one species change into another. I'm adding on to this, y'all. One species change into another. That's evolution. That has nothing to do with adaptation, mutation, or selection, or any of that. Selection of a species is different than the evolution of a species. So they can't have the evolution of a species. We can give them adaptation, we can give them variation, we can give them mutation, but they can't have selection, they can't have selection, and they can't have evolution. Peace.
All right, hold it, Babylon guy. You say, hey, I'm with you on some of that stuff. Now, before we get to you write some of this down now. Because your brother said a lot. Now, don't be tiptoeing through the tulips and act like you didn't hear what he said. But Indigenous guy, he peeking around number 2, just to let you know.
Oh man. Oh, I got beat down. I got beat the hell down. Because the man don't understand what selection is. It means I got beat down. Now, when you're dealing with Babylon Dunn, it doesn't matter. You heard what the man said. He named the Amon Ra squad. He named the pseudo killers. He named outside the cube. He knows everything. He just told you that he uprooted science. Science ain't no shit. Babylon Dunn knows shit. Well, folks, I'm a science communicator. I'm scientifically literate. So I lost because he done beat science, yo.
Man, don't pay attention to others.
He done beat science, yo. He just uprooted science because his philosophical conceptualization means we need to answer because Babylon done set the norm. So now I need to show him, based on his presupposition, a selector, because he doesn't understand that he is explaining natural selection when he talks about adaptation. What causes the adaptation? What stimulates and forces the organism to adapt? The environment that the organism is in. And that adaptation is a natural pressure. It is selected for based on the reproduction norm. So now, how many times do you think you can explain to someone who clearly states, I'm ascientific, I'm anti-science, I'm scientifically illiterate, how are you going to explain him anything within the realm of science? So we keep doing the same exercise over and over. You see that I can quantify and classify the positions he's taking, category by category. And again, he starts off with the hard problem of consciousness, the individual human experience when interacting with nature. Let's break it down. The hard problem of qualia goes even further. I can explain how a bat sees the world, but I can never explain to you how he experiences the world. That's the hard problem of consciousness. And it's a philosophical discussion. And it's nothing to do with the scientific realm. But I love to see how the conversation got switched, flipped, turned upside down. Why? Because he still can't substantiate his claim about the supernatural. And what he does, he interjects a logical fallacy, which I have to prove a negative. No, that's not a reality. Anything that I claim right now, I got $1 million in my house. JJ, prove I don't. That's silly. I am making the claim. I would need to substantiate that claim. JJ has no reason to accept my claim based on me having stated it. I would need to provide him with evidence. And because I can't provide him with the evidence, I turn around now and say, JJ, you're all the way up there in the United States. You can't prove that I don't have $1 million. As if that statement would make me even any more credible. So that's a logical fallacy that he ties it all up into a neat bow, assuming that someone needs to make a negative. How am I going to prove whatever he is claiming isn't there? I didn't make any claim. The burden of proof is never on the one who didn't make a claim. And now the misuse of language. To hell with the terms. Let me say this. I don't believe none of the claims made about any God. That's my position. I don't say there isn't one. I say the bullshit y'all try to convince me that there is a God, that shit don't fly. That's all an atheist is. Now, I am coincidentally scientifically literate. So when you make claims about reality and interject your supernatural or your unsubstantiated claims, I am scientifically literate enough to push back on it. But again, if Babylon Dunn is up here saying he defeated science, science ain't got nothing, science doesn't know what we're talking about, that means I'm dealing with somebody that's ascientific, scientifically literate, and nothing you say will provide him with any type of evidence required. Again, he is explaining why evolution is a theory. Look outside and you can see evolution in real time. The diversity of life, every offspring that we produce is a step on the evolutionary ladder. That's just a simple fact of reality. Evolution is seen between large spaces in time. You don't see evolution in every day because it happens in populations. Human beings live about 80 years max. So it's the fossil record. It is the DNA. It is our genetics. You know what those markers be when we talk about vertical and horizontal gene transfer? Huh? So now we know we evolved because in the identical places, we can tell you when viruses infected the genome of all species. We can tell by different mechanisms that evolution is a matter of fact. And if you can't get your head around it, I'm sorry, son, you're on the internet debating someone in the Caribbean and you're denying the tenets of science. You claim to be a mathematician and a linguist, yet you try to go against the tenets of science. I am within a specific field. I'm in biochemistry. That's my background. I'm a biochemical technologist. I work in public health. That's what I do. I work in health, environment in public health. That's what I do. So when it comes to science, I'm firmly rooted and a representative of said science. And an actual honest representative of science.
Hold up, man. Say something for the later on conversation. That damn Soldier Kane is not here to play.
Trash.
Hold up. Now, if anybody wants to smoke with this guy, he calling all you goddamn Bible believers out. He calling all you God believers out. That's Soldier Kane. Go ahead. But hold up. Before you get in Babylon, can Indigenous say one thing? Because he kind of been waiting.
Yes, please, Indigenous. Go. I'm sorry, brother, if I offended you in any way. Go, brother.
I gotta turn you up. Oh, speaker on. Okay, go ahead.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yep.
Hey, Babylon Dunn, do me a favor, brother. Pull up in Merriam-Webster. Pull up the word natural. All right. In Merriam-Webster, just go to the natural in Google, and then go to the Merriam-Webster option, right? And now with my brother Cedric, the only thing that you're using, brother, you're not saying anything intelligent. I'm sorry, I love you, and I'm about to teach you something right now, all right? Now, Babylon Don did a good job on it, but what you got to understand, right, we're talking about you're using phrases from the title. That's all you're using. And the title, which we are known today, what is known today by us is On the Origin of Species. Right? But the whole title of Darwin's book, at first, it went through like 17 revisions of the title. But anyway, on the true title is On the Origin of Species by Means of Natural Selection. Natural selection is if you leave a group of... Hello?
I'm sorry. No, go ahead, bro. It's me.
We hear you, brother. Go ahead. You loud and clear. Say it again, though.
I'm eating too fast, man. I gotta slow down. Go ahead. I'm over here choking and y'all ain't checking on me. God damn it. Go ahead. Well, thanks for asking. Yeah. Hey, it wouldn't have been too much you could do for me way over there anyway.
Check that, crazy.
Natural selection. He said he didn't say preservation of favorite races. And let me read the title to you. The full title on the species by means of natural selection or preservation of favorite races in the struggle for life. Now I'm gonna bring this down to earth for the people because y'all talking big terms and big words. The preservation of favorite races. Preservation of favored races. Do you know what that means? That means pick and choose. Babylon Don asked, who is picking and choosing? Well, it's this raggedy motherfucker who's picking and choosing. Darwin, these scientific racists. And like I said, we know, they might have gained some linking to racism propagated by this controversial theorist. Had they actually read Origin, they likely would have been shocked to learn that the Darwin scientifically based proposals was to eliminate the Negro and Australian people, which he considered savage races whose continued survival was hindering the progress of civilization. That's why you hear those terms unfit in the idiot, imbecile, and all that shit. That comes from his theory. So you problem behind this scientific racism bullshit, this monkey-minded nincompoop bullshit, and this guy was a straight-up racist, and they're taking his statue down and all that stuff as we speak. And like I said, preservation of favorite races means that he gets to pick and choose which races he wants, the favorite races, and say yes or no, just like with his nephew Galton, who was saying the same shit, that we was unfit, that we needed to be eliminated. And then here comes Margaret Singer with her bullshit, saying she was going to use the pastor because she didn't want the Negro to know that she wanted to eliminate him. These are the same ideologies coming from Darwin on down to Galton, on down to Margaret Singer, on down to Sigmund Freud, who started fucking with our heads, psychology, and then his nephew Edward Bernays comes along and turns propaganda into public relations. So you're dealing with these racists and their racist theories. And I don't know if you know this or not, but a theory is a belief by definition. Just like an ism. So all these isms that you like to use, it's no more than a theory. And an ism is a theory and a belief at the same time. So, like I said, you're picking up this racist and his title, and that's all you're using as your talking point. On the origins of Babylon, if you pulled up natural, send it to JJ. JJ's already know because I showed JJ this in my presentation, a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
About the word natural.
Okay, you said look it up under Merriam Webster, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm doing it now. I'm doing it now.
I love you, brother. I love you, Cedric, but you're dealing with racist ideologies. You're dealing with theories from racists.
Oh, no, wait, say it ain't. Whoa, say it ain't so, Cedric. Woo! Lions coming, I said.
Can I say it ain't so? Can I sincerely respond to my good brother? No, I understand the heavy emotion.
Okay,
I understand the heavy emotional baggage that's being carried.
I know you hear me saying, bro, come on, man. Just let him land the train in a plane. You come right back in. Go ahead. I know you've been kind of waiting, so you right. You kind of make it shorten it up because he was really wanting to respond to Babylon. But go ahead, shorten it up, and then you come back in. But
I'm done. Just like
all right, go ahead, Cedric. Because hey, hold up.
Okay, so now let me respond to my good brother.
Okay,
and I love you too, my good brother. And I can hear the pain base that is in your voice when you need to mention the word racism and racist 20 million times to get that appeal to emotion of black people, to get us riled up to be anti-Semitic. So now you're using old English language. Now, okay. If I can't speak, then I'm good. Then I'm good. I'm not going to respond.
I got it.
So I'm not going to respond. So the brother didn't want me to respond. He made a statement. It's all good.
Yeah, go ahead, Cedric. Yeah, go ahead. You good? I know the feeling.
I can understand. So now when you take old English and you first of all, Darwin ain't never know nothing about no DNA. Darwin never dug a human being out the ground. Never saw a fossil. He was dealing with plants and birds. And when he used races, the preservation of the favorite races, that was synonymous with what we use today, species. Okay. And the preservation of the favorite species, his ultimate prediction was right. Human beings, Homo sapiens sapien, which is all of mankind, we out-survived all other human species that existed. You know why? We were the fittest for our environment. We were the smartest. We were the quickest. We were the ones that worked together the most because there were other human species. So his ultimate theory that the strongest survived, yes, humans survived. All of us collectively. So when we're dealing with science, it is a very fine line, and I understand the appeal to emotion when we talk about the Margaret Sanger. Yes, we understand scientific racism. We understand that. It doesn't make the theory that Darwin came up with of natural selection any less true based on what humanoids did with it. Margaret Sanger don't know or never met or have no relationship to Darwin. Preservation of the favorite races, yes, those that are most suited for the environment. We can explain this several different ways. No one species produces a singular phenotype. There are variations based on the recombination of genes. And within that variation, the environment is going to select which one of that variation becomes dominant. You know what a natural selection pressure is? Your inability to hide, so you get eaten. That's a natural pressure. Whereas your cousin or your brother, he was better camouflage. He survived. He had offspring that were better able to camouflage. Your ass is dead because you wasn't going to camouflage. You didn't reach the age of reproduction. Your genes didn't pass on. That's natural selection, the environment, different aspects. Right. Maybe it was too wet and your fur wasn't dense enough. You froze your ass off. These are all natural pressures. So now when we talk about scientific racism, yes, it existed. That's not the conversation we're having. That doesn't mean that these scientific premises are any less true. These are all logical thinking errors, and they come because of the emotional commitment that we have. Oh, racism. When you become more scientifically literate, you understand that there's one human species with variations, and the stupidity of scientific racism and thinking that we're so distinctly different led to the genocides and the fucking African Holocaust, which we are all subject to. Don't think that because I'm scientifically literate takes away from my social understanding and these dynamics, but we're having two distinct conversations. I'm a black man living in the Caribbean with a European nationality. You can't explain me what colonialism and oppression supposed to mean. But the press is not my mind. It's not in my mind. So it doesn't make these tenets of science any less true. That's a logical fallacy, and you keep engaging in it. And again, I understand the necessity to say racism.
Hey, JJ, can I go now, JJ? Because this dude just dragging it on now.
Okay, all right. I thought I had my mic muted. Yeah, go ahead,
God, dang, bro. Okay, I just want to back the brother Indigenous up on everything he said about Linnea.
Go ahead.
I just want to back the brother Indigenous up on everything he said about Linnaeus, Galton, Darwin, and Sanger. This was the origins of, I'm going to give y'all 4 more words. Y'all write this down. This was the origin of scientific racism, Darwin. It was the origin of evolutionary eugenics. It was the origin of biological bias. Okay? It was the origins of social Darwinism. Okay? And that's what we're living in right now. The same things that led to people, black, being called dumb and having low IQs, is the same thing that Cedric and all of them subscribe to. The brother Indigenous, as I have been, I hope I have, was clear that, look, they playing games with y'all. When we look up the definition of Darwin's book, it is about favorite races. It's about the evolution of a species and the selection of that species. And it's even called the descent of man, which we didn't get into. Because if it's the descent of man, that means that man is devolving, right? The descent of man. Man is not getting better or smarter. Man is disimproving. It's the descent of man. And so what happens is that people like Cedric, they'll come on here and they'll try to talk around the points and flip the point. It's Darwinism that is evolutionary eugenics, social Darwinism, scientific racism. That's where all that comes from, not what we're talking about over here. And for somebody to say like, oh, to overlay this on everything, you get emotional. Nobody here is emotional. The brother Indigenous came right on the phone and stated his piece and everything about it. Me, as far as me, I'm not emotional. I don't see nothing emotional about it. Show me evolution in a laboratory. Show it to me. You say it's all around me. You say anybody could go outside and look at it. It's the environment, environmental pressures. Show me an environmental pressure under a microscope or with a telescope. Either way, the micro or the macro. Choose your point. But you're not going to be able to show me because you're making it all up. And these science dudes are just as religious as any other religious person in the world. They have bought into a doctrine that has no end, that they can't prove. And because they like everything that happened before that, they're willing to deal with it. And that's why when I mentioned time, he jumped out the window. Because let me tell y'all something. It's something in mathematics and in linguistics. It's called an axiom or an assumption. Like when you say in math, let's assume P equals P. Assume that. Assume P equals Q. That's an axiom, something put forth before you ever start. And so with science, the axiom is, give me enough time, and then I'll show you from that point on what happened. But prior to that point, only thing I'm going to say is time. You understand what I'm saying? So with the Big Bang, right? They need enough time to explain. So then they say the universe is 14.8 billion, 13.8 billion years old. So then that puts it in a time frame where anything could happen. Now, the same thing happened with evolution. You say, well, when did evolution start? No, evolution is billions of years old. It started with a single cell. See, it started with a single dot in space and it exploded. Big Bang. It started with a single cell in biogenics. No, that's called abiogenesis, which has been disproved, and that's called baryogenesis, which has been disproved. So we gotta stop people like this, Cedric, from coming on to the platform with lies and made up rhetoric and trying to twist words and twist everything around. When you ask this person, show me nature, he can't show us. Show us evolution, he can't show us. Show us the environment, he can't show us. Show us the mind, he can't show us. All of these things he keep mentioning, that's a part of science, but we can't observe them. So he dealing with the metaphysical world. Nature is metaphysical. The environment around you is metaphysical. Because nobody has dibs on it. Nobody can tell you what color the flower is. Everybody can have a different view of it. So it's all subjective. It's all according to what you see and what you say. And that's what science is. So again, I want people to, this is my last thing, I promise. I want people to look up the phenomenal world and the noumenal world. If you can just understand that argument, the phenomenal world is the physical world, and the noumenal world is the metaphysical world. The noumenal world is the reality, and the phenomenal physical world is the appearances. I'll stop right there, JJ. Thank you, bro.
Hold up. Okay. Unbiased want to say something. Go ahead. I mean, not unbiased, but indigenous. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, Cedric, you said that Darwin wrote about plants. I'm sorry, brother, but that's a lie. My brother Babylon Don, who's sticking right with me on topic, what I was about to say, was the Sin of Man in 1871. Darwin ranks races in terms of what he believes was their nearness or likeness to gorillas.
What?
Then he went on to be out. You don't
know
about that's the monkey-minded nincompoop bullshit that they be talking about. Now listen, then he went on to purpose the extermination of races he scientifically defined as inferior. If this were not done, he claimed those races, which much higher birth rates than superior races, would exhaust the resources needed for survival as better people, eventually dragging down all civilization. He even argued that advanced societies should not waste time and money on caring for the mentally ill and those birth defects. To him, these unfit members of species ought not to survive, and blacks was all included. We was just going to be exterminated. Now let me tell you where this shit comes from. One more time. Because I've been saying it for years, and I know you niggas heard it, and I'm wondering why you keep on pushing this bullshit. Listen, Johann Friedrich Blumenbach started the race shit.
Teach
He split us
indigenous.
up into 5 different races and put the white man on top. Then Malthus comes in behind him with, there's too many people on the planet. Population control. Now, we're talking about Johann Friedrich Blumenbach creating a race theory, and then right after Malthus, here comes his student, Darwin. He's pushing the same shit. Whites is on top. Blacks ain't shit. Now he adds, we need to eliminate them. And then we go to his cousin, Galton. Francis motherfucking Galton, who said he wanted to exterminate all the colored people or quell them from mating so that the whites could catch up because he knew they was falling off. And then here comes Sanger with the same talking point. They're all using the same fucking talking points. They're all using scientific racist theories. It's a bunch of bullshit. And niggas.
Facts.
And I get emotional because you come on here and lie to my people about these racist theories.
First of all,
that you believe in so highly with your stupid ass.
No. Come on, let's keep that.
I didn't mean to cuss you, but that shit.
Yeah, come on, y'all. Come on.
Those people.
Sorry, Sid.
Wicked.
still,
That's a fact.
there we go again. There we go again with the emotional rhetoric. Where does any of this talk about? You're talking all pseudoscience. Everything you mention is a factual pseudoscience which we know and have understand, debunked, put out of the park. Pseudoscience. We know that. You know how we know that? Science, and science again. Number 2, any of that pseudoscience you're talking about, has that undermined the theory of evolution? No. In my elaboration on evolution, did I talk about races? Why? Because we are one human race. The concept of race is also pseudoscience. You know how we know that? Science. So again, you're talking about debunked things that science don't purport to, don't make any claim about totally debunked pseudoscience that was debunked using science. How are we bringing up debunked stuff that I didn't bring on the table? Pseudoscience. You're interjecting pseudoscience into a scientific conversation. You're doing it over and over again. Debunked, outdated rhetoric that we know is pseudoscience. So, and you know how we know that? By using science. So I do not know why you hold on to the pseudoscience, keep promoting the pseudoscience, but at no point in time did I interject any of the pseudoscience in my rhetoric. So again, I do not understand the mindset that would come on the panel, talk about debunked pseudoscience as if it is used in science and as if it has anything to do with the theory of evolution. It doesn't. That's what I stated. You didn't prove how that is the case. You built again, reiterating all these pseudoscientific claims, which we know is pseudoscience. So I don't understand what we're talking about. I really don't.
All right. Oh, we're real quick because I gotta get ready. Oh, yeah, hold on. Okay, can you hold your thought?
Bobby Banger gonna whip him up for coming over here getting beat up like this, JJ.
I know. He's hanging. He's doing all right. He's doing all right.
You see who's taking the shots, right? You see who is continuing to sneak this, call out my name, you know, and I'm not doing that. I'm sticking to the subject. I didn't call Babylon name one time. I didn't say that he's disingenuous. You see? You see who ain't playing fair now, JJ.
We gonna figure it out. So look, can we get a topic?
This dude is a straight crappy.
No, I don't want to hear all that. I'm actually, can we get a topic so I can write it down and then y'all can finish up all this other stuff? What's today? Next Sunday, can you two, Babylon and Cedric, or if you want to do it, Indigenous and Cedric, whichever one of y'all, find a topic real quick that we can kind of agree on and get in the ring. Are y'all still sparring? What we doing?
Yeah, we still sparring. Yeah, but let's do
JJ. Can I speak, JJ? Can I speak for myself? You asked the question. Can I ask?
No, JJ. We can set a topic, but not
let
tonight.
him go. Let the girl go. Golly, bro. Hey, JJ. So in regards to your question, JJ.
All right. Yeah, go ahead.
JJ, in regards to your question, now you know I really only debate my equal, but I learned that times like this become a teaching moment. So now I'll take two things. We could debate anything that Cedric want to debate on this subject. We could debate is now listen, I'm giving him all the leeway. We could debate is supernatural real or not. We ain't gotta argue the other side. We ain't even gotta argue whether or not he can prove whether it's not real. I'm gonna prove that it's real, just like Hudson. I'm willing to do that with him in the argument. So we can have a debate whether supernatural is wrong. We could debate whether evolution is a fact or a theory. We could debate whether Big Bang is a fact or a theory. What do you want to debate? So that's Big Bang, that's evolution. So what else could we do? What else do he want to do?
I don't want to. There's no need for me to debate any of them. I can't understand the science. What do you want to debate supernatural?
Yeah, exactly. So he running JJ. So don't ask the question. It's no debate. Okay. It's nothing he can do. The same thing.
Let's debate supernatural.
There you go. Okay, give me the title. I can write it down.
Okay, whenever you're ready.
Next Sunday.
What is your evidence? What is your evidence for the supernatural?
There it is. We got it locked and loaded. Next Sunday, Lions Den, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is going down. These two heavy hitters is going to get in the ring and battle it out. Battle it out.
I only want to go through the whole thing about.
Y'all heard it.
Go ahead, JJ. I'm sorry. My bad.
Well, y'all get out now. I got my debate up out of y'all. Go ahead.
Yeah. So JJ 7000. This is what I want to say right quick.
Yeah.
Is that JJ? Watch. It don't matter how he flipped the debate. Let him title it, okay? Let him title it. I don't want no excuses. Cedric can title the debate. Even if you say, man, you titling it away, you gonna win anyway, Cedric. Let him do it, JJ. I want the fucking smoke. Tell him to bring the debate. I'm gonna beat him up.
Hey, Riot Pack ready to see the debate right now. It said start debate. I got 10 in on the cash. No, we gotta build it up for a week. We gotta build it up, Riot Pack.
All right.
Hey, save that 10 for next week. Goddammit. Don't spend it on nothing else. You know, black folks can't hold on to $10 that long. Come on, man. All right, so look.
I take on your whole panel, JJ.
We were trying to
I take on your whole panel by myself, JJ.
I'm gonna rip his head off just because of this.
I ain't gonna lie. You remind me of me when I take on 3 or 4 of them.
I take on your whole panel by myself. And Babylon done, yeah. You can do this, you can do that, yeah.
All right, hold on. And then just want to say something.
If you get past the definitions, you lucky, my brother.
All right.
Okay. If you shut up, then somebody else can talk. That'll be fine.
Yeah, he gonna get this
so
final
the bottom.
And then y'all gonna wrap y'all thing up, and then we're gonna get up out of here, man. Y'all can
watch
football. It was a good show. Oh, let me say something real quick. Now I got 2 people mad at me right now. Y'all know who it is?
Who's that?
Kansu? I mean, I'm not Kansu.
What I do? Both of them. I'm not coming back over here. The other one just leave.
Yo, them cats got some thin skin. Kansu didn't have to kick Cuba off, and when I cut him off, he didn't have to come back so violently. But I know what happened. The parameters got set hard, and he couldn't deal with it. And Babylon done.
Actually, you got beat up, and Kansu walked you like a dog.
I said, when you came in, I said, oh shit, Babylon done. I gotta be careful. He's slick. I wasn't dissing you, brother. I'm giving you the credit because you can hold your own in a conversation. You didn't have to go after that.
It was kind of
no, you dissing. You call yourself dissing because I'm not slick nowhere. You don't even know me to call me slick. You don't know my ways. You don't know my real name.
Babylon done. Babylon done.
To call me
Babylon done. There you go. There you go again. There you go again. Relax. Relax, bro. You're way too emotional. Relax.
We just have just kind of a sign of respect. Like I gotta watch this.
No, I'm saying, but damn, man, all the yelling and talking in the phone, like. Get the fuck on, Cedric, man. Come on, bro.
You're the one yelling. You're the one losing your mind. Relax. Relax, bro.
When another man is talking, you shut up.
Yes, do that.
Go ahead, JJ. When another man is talking, you shut up.
In a debate,
do that.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Do that.
What the hell?
Do that.
Y'all, man? That's it. I got the debate. If they gonna keep doing it, put them in the back. Oh, Cream ain't even on here. Goddamn, bro. Y'all lucky. All right. So look. All right. So let me just say something real quick. Y'all give your final word, and then we gotta get up out of here, man. Right, go ahead.
Hey, Cedric. You know, I'm willing to teach. So me and you need to do a build on this evolution thing, to where I can put it to rest once and for all. Like I said, I already did a presentation. You can go back and watch it. I was calling out Jabari, and Chief X. So you know, on the topics that they be lying on. Like I said, so me and you can set up a build too. Set up a build where we can talk about this, and I can show you how these theories have went down from one teacher to the next, from the Age of Enlightenment, when they were creating all these whack-ass theories. At that time, early 1700s, middle 1800s, around that time, the Age of Enlightenment, and how and like I said, and how all this shit that you're talking about is you're using Darwin's book. The scientific racism that I talk about is the scientific racist that you promote, brother. That's what
my brother, you're reiterating the same point. So now, which part of all that isn't pseudoscience?
I'm talking, Cedric. Like I said, we can set up this talk. We can set up this bill. JJ said he got to go. His phone's going dead. Me and you can set up something too. JJ will get in touch with you. I appreciate y'all for coming out.
Can I ask you one question before you go, my good brother? Can I ask you one question?
Yes, sir.
Can I ask you one question? Which part of what you're talking about isn't pseudoscience.
Well, I agree with you that it's all pseudoscience, but
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, but you're sitting here using the man's title of the book, of his book, as talking points, like the word natural. If you look up the word natural in Merriam-Webster and go down to the synonyms, bird brain, airhead, all these negative connotations, synonym could be a definition of a word. I hope y'all know that now.
I know that, but it is in context how you use a word too, right? So theory in science means something different than theory in a colloquial sense. So the word being used two different ways. What's your point? So we could use a word negatively and it means something totally different within the realm of science. So now,
See, you're cutting me off again. You're promoting the monkey stuff. You're promoting Darwin's talking points, and a race is just
which Darwin's talking point am I promoting?
And these theories and these ways of thinking have been implemented in the school system.
What's the monkey stuff?
In the programming that we go through in public schools, it has been allowed in by the government and every other goddamn organization. If you go talk to your doctor about it, he probably talk to you about it.
I mean, evolutionary biology is the foundation of modern biology. Yes, we understand that. But what has that to do with any pseudoscience that you're talking about?
Nothing. No, you got to have some type of designer or some type of creator.
But that's a presupposition. You need to substantiate that.
You start with nothing. If you give nothing, and then you end with nothing. That's all.
Yes, but religious people make the claim ex nihilo. Science doesn't make that claim. So I don't know why you would put that on me. Science never said nothing come from nothing. Ex nihilo is a religious claim. Poof the creator, and poof the creator magically created everything. The ex nihilo is not a scientific claim. So I don't have to. Science doesn't make that claim. That's a religious claim.
Stop telling that lie. Because if you say the Big Bang started and you have a point in time where the Big Bang started, then you saying it started at point zero. I don't think you can hear me.
Babylon done. What is the smallest measure of time?
This nigga to shut up. Not one time does anybody tell
what's the smallest measure of time? What's the smallest measure of time? Babylon done. What's the smallest measure of time?
The blink of your eye.
I'll answer your question. I'll answer your question after I get to say what I want to say. And you shut up and stop interrupting me. And
Whoa. Come on, y'all. The shut ups, all that we can't talk to each other like that. Come on, y'all. I mean, I know I did it in the debate too. Don't do as I do. How you said do as I say, not as I say today.
I'm with you, JJ, but God, leave her.
All right, so let's go ahead and wrap this up. Go ahead, because the battery's getting low, and I got something I got to take care of.
Yeah, I got it.
For almost 3 hours, so we gave the people what they want. We got a debate next Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern time. 5 better? I think 5 would be better. 5 or 6? Which I want 6.
5 better. 5.
Okay, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You good with that, Babylon?
Yeah.
Okay. Now the title once again. I forgot. Well, say it one more time, so it's on tape.
What is your evidence for the supernatural?
Okay. Now how do you fight that? I mean, you got to disprove his evidence, or do he need to bring his evidence before the debate and show it to you, and then you debunk it? I mean, how do we do that?
No,
that's not a debate.
That's not a debate.
You don't even understand what a debate is.
That's not a debate. I'm just you trying to slick him into one of them.
He said he would prove that the supernatural exists, right? He said he would prove that the supernatural exists. That's what he said.
Supernatural exists, yes or no? You prove it don't exist.
Does the supernatural exist, yes or no? Okay.
You go with that, Babylon?
Yeah, but I was just let me answer, JJ. I was saying I got myself on mute. Listen,
Yeah.
I agree with the title. I agree with the title. I'm with it. I said I'm with anything. But listen to this. When you say the what you call it, the supernatural real or not, when you say or not, that means he got to prove that it's not though. So I want that debate. He agreed to it. So I'm gonna prove that it is, and he gonna prove that it's not. Let's go.
All right, now listen. This is how we're gonna do this.
If you prove that it is, I automatically lost. If you can't prove that it is, then I don't have to prove a claim I didn't make. You keep making that logical error.
Okay, so what are you gonna be
doing?
You
make JJ.
Let me finish. So what are you gonna be doing in the debate? If you just waiting on him to, you just gonna be rebutting him. So what do he need to share his sources? I mean, how do we do this?
Yeah, you gonna have to see. You have to source up. What you said. If there's a supernatural, you're gonna have to point to it. He's gonna have to illustrate it.
JJ, you're absolutely right. What he want to do is have me come on and he just say, nah, that ain't true. Nah, that ain't true. He ain't sourced up. He ain't brought nothing to disprove what I'm saying. He just said, if I prove it, then he wrong. And if I don't prove it, then he right. In other words, he don't do shit. This nigga, man.
Yeah, he would have to know what you're saying, Babylon. That's what I'm saying. What you bring to the table? It's going like that.
What you mean?
You're making a claim. You're making a claim. You're making a claim. You either can substantiate your claim or not.
JJ, see what I'm saying? Like this nigga just, I'm not gonna let him overtalk me and just have the fucking floor while I'm talking.
Y'all two to get off here and get mad at me, like Consu and goddamn Q. Okay, so
yeah, JJ, listen again. Now, JJ, I know you very intelligent, JJ. I told you the nigga looking for the easiest way out. Listen to the debate. He said the debate is supernatural real or not? That's the debate. Is supernatural real or not? Now, then he goes on and says, so this way in the debate, if you prove that it is real, I just lose. If you can't prove that it is real, then I win. But in his pocket, he ain't bringing nothing to the table. I'm asking him, when is he gonna be there? Is he gonna be there to disprove what I'm saying? Is he gonna disprove that the supernatural is real? Because it's something called an ex parte communication, JJ. And when one person talks to another person and don't include the other person in on the conversation, that's ex parte. So what he wants to have is me deliver information to him, and then he just sits there and says it's not true. That's not a debate. He has to come forward with he has to come forward with the negative or the positive of the debate for it to be a debate. So if he gonna prove that it's not real, and I'm gonna prove that it's real, or something like that. But he not gonna sit up there and just say, no, it's all on you, the onus on you. No, nigga, it's a fucking debate.
Okay,
I'm not putting forth that.
That's a good point. So just be ready to.
So now, if I say it's not true, his claim, don't I need to substantiate why I make that position?
Yes, you do.
That's simple. Like that's logical. Like why the emotional rhetoric? Again, if you make a claim, I say it's not true, I would need to substantiate why it's not true. Same way, when you make your claim, you would have to provide me with your substantiation for why you have this position, and that's the whole discussion. Like I don't understand why you so.
Yeah, like, all right. Well, Cedric's gonna be he gonna be coming with his proof of why the supernatural is not real according to his sources or according to what he studied. You're gonna come to the debate and prove the supernatural is real according to your studies and your research. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to do this debate a little bit different. I want y'all to come out in a 5-minute back and forth a little bit to get the audience warmed up. So first you introduce yourself, then you come out the 5-minute back and forth to get the audience warmed up, and then you go into your rounds. We're gonna do it like that. We're gonna do a little different. Then at the end, you're still gonna get to go back and forth. You see what I'm saying? That's what was going down in the Lions Den Academy of Education and Information. Y'all heard it here. These brothers said that the supernatural is not real, coming from the pseudo killers, and we got Babylon done. I think you over there with Q Butter and them, right? Well, anyway.
No, I ain't with nobody.
He a long ranger. Yeah, he a long ranger. Damn it, and he coming for brother Soldier Kane's head. God damn it. So stay tuned next Sunday. The Lions Den. the world's hottest debate league. We back at it again. Sister Karima, oh, she ain't even on.
It was fun, family.
She ain't on here. God dang it. Let me get her back on. Y'all keep talking.
Anyway, JJ, anyway, I'm Lions in.
Oh, okay, yeah. There you go. Claim it, nigga. So you better represent her. Lions. He back on.
Right.
That's
right.
Pseudo killers up in this. Pseudo killers. Science is undefeated. We stand on the foundation of science, the natural way to study and engage with reality. We talk about being natural beings. We talk about being natural beings. Science gives us the best tools to examine and understand the natural world around us.
Hold on,
you can call it garbage, but you're up on this internet, baby.
All garbage, trash.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we did get a debate up out of here, Council. I don't know why you got mad, man. You know, people gonna talk about Malachi York. So if you're defending them, you can't let that, you know, Cuba do things to get you under the skin. Now Cuba got mad at me. I'm never coming on here again. But come on, man. I can't let you just come on here and do that, bro. You know, I mean, we gotta respect each other at the end of the day, whether we believe in each other's ideologies or spiritual systems or whatnot. At the end of the day, we all men, and we should respect each other as men. And if we got women up here, y'all respect each other as men and women, however it go. But we're not doing the clown show no more. Them days over. In the first year of the Lions there was a goddamn circus. I ain't gonna lie. And a lot of people used to tune in before the goddamn circus. They didn't want to stick. You know what I'm saying? In front of the TV. Yeah, no, man. Come on, man. So, like I said, what you think, True DOA? Let's let True DOA, because he probably will be one of
Y'all, listen, I would not use a profanity. I would not call anyone out of their name. I would keep it strictly on the subject matter. It's, again, at the end of the day, I represent science. I am not science, right? And I do not carry these things on my chest. It's just a simple understanding explanation of reality. So we don't need to get all riled up and all the rare. Like that absolutely ain't necessary. And we grown men. If I interject, bro, I interjected. Why? Because you're going left field, I'm gonna pull you back right. It's a conversation. It's not a debate where we got a clock and we're doing a presentation. Y'all need to lighten the hell up. Like for real. Just lighten up. This ain't not serious. At the end of the day, bro, I got a big time job. I having fun on this stuff. My education suits me well. I'm good. I ain't frustrated. I ain't upset. JJ is my brother. I know JJ is religious. I tease him all the time. We good. We never fight. And when we go at it, we go at the information. So he tell me you're full of shit. Yeah, you full of shit. But it's never personal. Y'all need to stop that. For me, trust me, none of this personal. None of it. None of it. It's not personal. It's only information. Information that our people need. Because education, understanding this natural world around us is going to give us the tool we need to get up out of any situation that we perceive to be in. My parents grew up poor. My father made sure that he got an education. Subsequently, his kids got an education, and my oldest four are all off to college in Europe. Like, education is the key to getting your ass up out of poverty, and there ain't no other way. So we need to put the emotional rhetoric aside. I ain't telling you let go of your God. Keep your God. You go to a hospital, the hospital has a religious name. Keep your God, but don't deny science. Don't deny reality. It's simple as we need to reinvent the wheel here on YouTube as if we in some lab somewhere. Although guys like me are actually in the lab. I actually extracted DNA. I didn't need Darwin to do it. So referring back to Darwin, we are a lifetime past anything Darwin could have imagined. And still, evolution is a matter of fact. Like just a matter of fact. It doesn't change your reality, understanding where you came from. You came from your mother.
Are you fucking serious?
Understanding reality and how things came into being doesn't affect your day-to-day life. It's just you understand it and keep it moving. So I don't understand why we're trying to uproot the tenets of science, trying to pretend as if we, like if I tell you, yes, we observe speciation in the lab, you're going to tell me a lie. If I tell you we observe speciation outside of the lab, in nature, you're going to tell me a lie. Why? Because you simply do not want to accept the tenets of science. Now, my question is, why not? What would be the reason to deny reality?
Okay. So after a person goes,
hold on, we're finna end it, bro. That's it. Hold on. Kareem, get ready. Come on, let's take a break for a second.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, Kareem. Be up out of here, man. Hey, we've been on for 3 hours.
Great show, JJ.
Thank you very much.
I want you and that young man to tie that knot. I'm gonna pray for you. And I want you to hold on to God's unchanging hand, because he helped Joshua fight the battle of Jericho. Yeah.
It's the old
he helped Daniel get out the lion's den. He helped Gilligan get off the island.
Let me get straight to the business. Yeah. Got them lions in the building. Yeah. Why you lying to the children? Yeah. Why you lying to the children? Yeah. RIGHTEOUS. Man, you know I've been to bed. Man, they know they no contest. Yahuwah, he do the bless. We will not see you tomorrow. Cause you cannot go to thought. All the sons and all the daughters. Standing all with big manodas. But my son, he made me Taurus. On that line, I'm still a Taurus. Karate kicking Chuck Norris, 4-5 on my waist. If he started, will not hesitate to get retarded. Oh lordy, he ain't got a PowerPoint, he farted. He running into the hills like a Philistine. Jihad hitting Hamites with the guillotine. Situation turned up with the Ratchet team. JJ 7000 to the debate lead. Yeah, I know them haters gon' hate me, but he won't debate me. Pistol off safety. Respond, come wake me. If I don't get up, nigga shake me. If he don't show up, then he fake G. I touch down and make these nigga nuts hate me. Dear brother, balling and crawling all the way from H-time. Let me get straight to the business. Man, them lions in the building. Why you lying to them children? Why you lying to them children? You gon' cry, you gon' get it. Me, I'm like a frog, nigga, ribbit. Of course, it's in the spirit. I just got the Porsche, she can steer it. Mito got the raw, Shaq and Willie. Lamborghini doors, you better not spill it. Mama's high, say I'm more than just a villain. Mama's cry, I'm dope and wide for her children. Suicide, immortalized as the realest, yeah. Death by kind, black suicide. Let me get straight to the business. Got them lions in the building. Why you lying to them children? Yeah. Why you lying to them children? Yeah. RIGHTEOUS.